allow young people to build? No, hold on. This is absolute gold. When asked what he thinks of the problem, the Predators or Roblox, he says, we think of it not necessarily just as a problem, but an opportunity as well. How do we allow young people to build, communicate, and hang out together? How do we build the future of communication at the same time?
Is that Roblox official reason for why child predators on their platforms are okay? Because otherwise young people wouldn't build networks?
I think so, yes.
Oh.
An adult pushing degeneracy on children. See, like, the thing is, I kind of sympathize with him, because, like, I know what it's like to be caught into the soundbite. Like, that's probably not what he meant to say, but it came out so fucking wrong.
Yeah, I think that came out pretty poorly, V.
Like, what do you think about all the predators on your platform? This is a great opportunity.
It's a great opportunity for Roblox to grow and expand.
Yeah, shit, no. Like, I mean, seriously, if a community is being chased out of every single space, then you get a monopoly on that community.
Yeah, it's true. So remember, chat, sign up to Roblox today, and you too can enjoy. I see nothing wrong with it.
Isn't Roblox, like, literally like Second Life?
Probably. I don't know.
The only thing is, like, back then, you know, when we were young and restless and had all the internet for ourselves, there was, like, this unspoken rule that if it's someone that's under the age of 18, like, people would just kick them off the site.
I suppose, but it was also just like nobody cared back then, because weirdly the internet was less pornographic, I guess.
Would you think that? I mean, like, I remember Google didn't even have, like, a search filter. Like, if you Googled an Overwatch character, like, the first two websites were porn of her.
Yeah, but this was way before Overwatch. Like, back in the olden days, in World of Warcraft fame, like, there was porn on the internet, but it was just like, yeah, it exists. We hadn't even indexed that shit half the time. We were basically the dark web.
Yeah, it depends. Like, if you went on 4chan, there was a lot of porn. There was porn on Reddit, on X. No, I think, like, there was actually more back then than there is now. Like, that now everything is sanitized and age-gated and shit. Well, like, back then, I think...
Oh my god, Pornhub wasn't founded before 2007.
Yeah, but, like, everyone had the website. Like, everyone knew where to go. Like, there wasn't a person that's, like, confused. It's like, oh, where do I find it on? Like, no, everyone knew.
Well, yeah, but you had, like, to look for it. You had to go to Google and type in, like, boobs.
Yeah. But, again, it wasn't...
Whereas now you go to Google and you type in Roblox.
Isn't that pornographic, though? Like, would Roblox satisfy your needs if you go there?
You'd be surprised what a 13-year-old boy can jerk off to.
I see. I mean, look, I don't know. I've never been there. I do know that the Australian government is cracking down on it, and Britain as well. And they're also going to crack down on anything that has any type of online gaming with communication, including Hearthstone. And I was like, look, if Ofcom is going to crack down on Hearthstone, I think if I get, like, the most professional predator in the universe, you know, like someone that's really good at his trade, and you get him to play Hearthstone with the kid, he cannot group the kid using the Hearthstone emote system. Like, I don't think it can be done.
That's true, I suppose. It would be difficult to groom someone through emojis alone.
And yet the British government wants to regulate Hearthstone. And I was like, that's a little bit of an overreach, don't you think?
See, it was way better back in the day when it was just crazy. Like, because you had to look for it, though. You needed to know where you looked. Like, you could find porn on Newgrounds. Oh, do you remember that weird-ass Ghostbusters cartoon show?
Which one?
Were there more? I thought there were just one.
No, there were several.
Jesus.
Yeah.
But no, there was a Ghostbusters cartoon show where they had a, like, a goth chick out of nowhere, and she became an
yeah.
internet sensation for like 5 minutes. And on Newground, some autistic crazy person made like a 20-minute hentai movie of this character, just out of nowhere.
And for free.
Yes, there was no monetary incentive. Some person was just like, yes, I am going to hand animate 20 minutes of pornography of this character for no reason.
Is it surprising given the fact that Hazbin Hotel had that black dude which spent like what $400,000 on a studio to have like a music video with him and Charlie, and then AI comes out and he could have had it for free.
That's true. That's sad.
This was like
Also,
5 years
hello,
ago, though. Give the man a break.
No, I'm saying he didn't use AI, right? But like, had he waited a little bit more, he could have had the exact same music video without having to pay for it.
That's true.
But Hazbin Hotel was like all the rage during that time period. You know, he had to get his dick up right then and there. You know, because while it was popular still.
And it's kind of funny because I think like Charlie in the music video doesn't get him. Like he doesn't even get to have sex with her, right? It's like a
Did he
PG-13.
NTR himself?
Yeah.
Oh my god. I never watched it because I'm not that curious. I don't need to know.
No, do you realize like there are men out there that actually get off on you turning them down? Like there's a guy coming to you and you're like, I'm not interested. And he's like, oh.
I don't understand that, but I'm not a man, so last time I checked.
It's kind of like where in Hazbin Hotel.
Oh,
we're going
there
to
we
review
go.
it, right? And you have Lute, and she's being mistreated by Adam, and she really likes that. And like men don't understand how the fuck that works, but like it's a woman thing, and so like it's the same with like men that get turned on when you turn them down. It's a little bit the same.
There's nothing wrong with a man when they like that, though. Also, Arch, apparently I'm not on the stream. I'm just a talking voice, or
It's
like I
pretty
said, talking
normal.
voice is technically happening. Actually, anyway, I'm just here in the walls.
Also, the guy who made that $50,000 fucking video has apparently made an update where he responds to the allegations against them, and quite the fanciful little word salad text too. Oh god, that's not a link.
The allegations, as I understand them, is that he spent his channel money and now he can't provide content for his backers, and people were upset.
What, they're not happy with the $50,000 animated video?
No, and apparently like that was supposed to make money, but I think it got community guideline strike or copyright strike, and he like didn't get his money back for it.
Wow.
And so
Wait,
he went broke.
Wait, why? It wasn't anything bad in it. I mean, technically, yeah.
I think there was. I think it was a little bit too spicy for YouTube. So either it got age restricted. I forgot like what happened exactly. Copyright, age restricted, or community guideline. Whatever the case may be, he couldn't monetize it.
Well, what even is your picture anymore?
Heresy's the question.
Are you using
Fire's
Fuki Tech
the
or
answer.
using something else?
I don't know, but it's weird.
Oh.
Shame on me.
You're using Fuki Tech, and why is it reversed? I don't know why it's reversed. Well, whatever. The point gets across.
Trick or treat.
Be happy that I didn't do this on your channel.
Well, I'm actually curious if our stream is going to be monetized, because it was,
You're
a
also-
little bit spicy. Like when
You
Spoons
also
came
brought
in-
on Spoon, so that's on
Wait,
you.
yeah, no, he came in with the misogyny hour, and I don't know if that's
Just gonna hide Mel forever.
I can change it if you want, Arch.
Just gonna hide Mal forever.
Understandable.
But yes, chat. Slightly haphazard opening aside. Yes,
Wait, you actually hit me.
the fish is dead. She woke up one morning and said, I must join my people, and forcibly forced herself down the toilet. So, there you go. We have a V today instead.
Hello.
and I
So,
don't
Arch,
exist.
did you get a lot of shit for liking Hazbin Hotel?
No, not necessarily.
Really?
I think.
Really, I actually did get a lot of shit for liking it, but I think like I didn't like it in private, because you're supposed to just close the blinders and be alone in your room when you're enjoying it. And I went around and I said, yeah, I think this show is pretty good, and I got shit for it.
Well, see, the way I've framed it and the way I view it is season 1, I was a fan of partially because it's like the first time YouTube broke into the mainline sphere. Because over the years, we've always been the ones being predated upon, with YouTube becoming more and more corporate every year that goes past. Whereas this was actually a bit of a reverse, where for all of the countless flaws of the show, you could at least tell that it was made with passion. They were interested in what they were making, and they broke out into the mainstream. Like, it felt like a little bit like the creation of a new thing. Because we haven't had new things in so fucking long. Like, what is this generation's Lord of the Rings? What is their Xena Warrior Princess? What is their Batman? They've got nothing. And this kind of felt like maybe something of Gen Z's being created, you know?
They have Stranger Things.
Ugh.
That's. I wouldn't consider Stranger Things part of Gen Z. That's definitely millennial. I mean, it got popular in like 2016 or something like that.
They got they
Yeah.
got Cobra Kai, but like I guess that's not.
Well, no. Here's the thing, though, because Mal has an excellent point there. Because Stranger Things isn't a Gen Z thing. Well, it kind of is, but it's Gen Z's fetishization of the past. It's kind of that right-wing mysticism again, where we go to them and go, "It used to be better."
I still consider that more millennial in this case because it preys off 80s nostalgia a lot. That the whole point of the show was just pure 80s.
Yes.
And to us, I'm part of the older Gen Z group, and so to us and the older Gen Z, I mean, we didn't really know much about the 80s other than what we would see in the media like this, and definitely the younger Gen Z wouldn't have done it. The millennials, though, they would have.
Well, that's why.
So-
It's because it's not nostalgic in a way. Like, it's not intended to be nostalgia. There's too much modern nonsense in it for that, but it's intended to communicate to Gen Z, like, hey, this is a bygone age. This is your Gondor. This is your fallen fucking civilization. Look how cool shit was.
Yeah, no, you're right. Like, there's no TV shows. Like, Better Call Saul was probably like the only show that I watched in recent years. It's anime, right? Like, it's mostly anime that kept Gen Z alive.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So, like, again, like, that's why I kind of enjoyed the idea of Hazbin Hotel as one of the first, like, things of this generation. And it was derpy here and there. It had issues here and there, countless plot holes, etc. But I liked it. It's a guilty pleasure of mine. Season 2 has made that pleasure significantly more guilty, as it was way worse done, I think.
Really
And
bad, yeah.
the problem, too, was Gravity. Gravity was a massive mistake because it's too good, and it completely stole the focus of the show.
They also did something really weird with Gravity. I don't know if you noticed, like in the episode before the last, you have Abel and Luth, and they're singing Gravity, but like really fast, and it's like, like Gravity. It's almost like it's a joke in the background.
Well,
Like-
they did a
In that
thing with a couple of last episodes where they like took pieces of other songs as kind of like a half member berries kind of thing.
Yeah.
Hey, do you
But-
remember
but
that
for the
song we
same
sang
season,
3
yeah.
episodes ago? Like,
Yeah.
yes.
The thing is, though, a lot of people that I told that I like Hazbin Hotel criticize me, saying that there's no logic to it. Like it doesn't make sense. It's like about weapons from heaven, and I'm like, look. I'm not the EFAP type of guy. Like there are shows that can exist without logic, like Spaceballs, for instance.
Yes.
You don't like if you make a comedy or you make a musical, it's okay if you don't focus on the logistics or if some plot just seems to be forced, as long as it's funny and entertaining, right? Like there are movies that are made like that. Home Alone, for instance. But
Yes.
you need to focus on the characters. Like you need
Yes.
strong characters to carry the scene. And what they did in this season is like they got rid of Alistair. He basically has any
Don't
airtime.
remind
He
me.
barely has any airtime. They got rid of Lucifer as well. Like, he's not interesting anymore. He's not strong. It's just like they cocked the radio team. And the problem is like they had no one else to carry. Like they got rid of their main powerful characters, and there was no one there to take the scene.
Well, I mean, it's supposed to more
their place.
focus on Vox in this case. And when I rewatched it, or actually technically earlier today, I realized how much screen time Vox had, which
Yes.
makes sense since he's supposed to be the focus of the season, and he's supposed to be the mirror of Alistair, right? The radio demon and the TV, the media demon in this case. Basically, the whole ploy with them is, uh. the TV killed the radio star essentially. In this. So it kind of makes sort of sense because of how much focus Vox got, but you think because they are supposed to be two sides of the same coin, Alistair would get more screen time, but we only got like 2 fights between them with it. Then he got into the cuck chair. And don't remind me of the cuck chair. I hate
cuck
that
chair.
so much. I hate that so much. Oh
But
god.
the thing is though, like, do you feel as if Vox was having like the same gravity? I don't think like the actor is to blame because he did a good job, but like the script, right? Like the scenes with Vox, he just doesn't capture the moment like the radio demon did.
The problem is, this was supposed to be Vox's season. It was supposed to be the V's season, and also a setup for Alistair Caster breaks his contracts and stuff, and is set up for the next season, where he's supposed to be one of the primary antagonists. And that's fine. It's a bit of a bridge season, which is a bit of a waste, but okay. The problem was, this season featured Gravity, which is a song that blows every other song in the season out of the fucking water, and makes the V's seem like secondary antagonists in their own fucking season.
Yeah, I mean, you go from Abel, from Adam, which was like a really interesting villain, and Lut, and you sidetrack them both, right? I mean, it's fair, like Adam died, whatever. But like everyone wanted to see what happens with Lut. Everyone wanted to see like what's the thing with Lilith, and they just sidetrack that and give you the V's, and the V's just don't carry. I mean, the spider guy, fuck is his name?
Angel Dust.
Valentino.
Valentino, right?
Oh, that's not the spider, that's the moth.
interesting. Yeah, it's not. Is he a moth?
Yeah, he's a
But, like,
moth.
He's not interesting as a character, and the other V, they always are like the butt end of the joke to the TV guy.
Yeah, and they
Like,
also focused exclusively on Vox. But like the thing is, like think of it like this: if this season had aired and it didn't have Gravity in it, I think it would have been better because we wouldn't have been reminded. We would all have just been like, okay, it's supposed to be the V's season, fine. And like everyone would have been so happy, but they've reminded us. And again, like you say, they're so much more interesting. They're so much better than the V's.
I did like the scene where Abel like finally gets his shit together. Like that was really fucking good.
It was
I
also
liked
the
it too,
only
but-
moment where the singer got to like shine there.
Yes, and for those that don't know, because I will nerd out about this, the voice actor of Abel is Patrick Stump, who is the lead singer of Fall Out Boy, and Fall Out Boy is my favorite band. And yes, you can shit on me, I don't care.
Is that
For
Zoomer
that,
thing, Arch?
Yeah,
it's actually-
it's a fucking Zoomer thing.
it's actually not. That's millennial too. Fall Out Boy was popular in 2005. I was a baby in 2005. I'm just a little bit behind on the times.
Arch, delete
Anyways.
I know. It's It's weird, but what can you do?
Wait, delete what?
This.
This. Anyway, and he's a good singer, okay? So I understand Fall Out Boy might be like emo teenage girl cringe stuff to a lot of people. Fine, once again, you can criticize me on that. I don't care. But Patter Stump is actually good, and it was really nice to hear him sing properly. And when they did a little reprise of Gravity and episode 7, he got drowned out by Lute, which was unfortunate. But him actually standing up and actually singing and singing well was quite nice, at least for me. Okay, but that's me fangirling in that aspect of things.
But it was like a 40
Um,
second song, you know, like
yeah, but he's probably expensive as fuck, so I can't.
To be fair though, I did like the fact that they made the speaker of God or whatever her name was, like they made her actually good and kind, which is quite surreal
which is
for a
nice.
Zoomer show.
But the problem too is like, okay, so the speaker of God exists, and then a couple more episodes later, you have Sarah like, what am I gonna do? I don't know. Have you considered asking the literal voice of God?
Maybe they don't talk like that. Maybe that's not how it works, you know?
It seems like she kind of came out of nowhere.
It's another one of those fucking massive inconsistencies where they pull her out of their ass to justify everyone liking Serpentious and then tuck her away. Like, you can speak to God. Fuck.
But in the scene, it seemed like she kind of like it's not normal for her to actually come down and address problems. Like that's usually Sarah's role as the leader to handle this stuff. It was just a very unique situation that was getting out of control. So that's why the Speaker of God had to come down and intervene.
No, hold on, Arch. I know how to explain this to you. That makes sense from a plot thing. Although, like, the show doesn't have a plot. Basically, she would have to explain to God that she was incompetent and she was murdering people down there, and probably she didn't want to have that conversation. I know, but like it's one thing.
It's the same problem that fucking Trench Crusade has, where they're trying to introduce moral ambiguity into a world where people can and frequently do talk to fucking God. Oh, it's so dumb.
What would you have wrote in it? Like, you need to have some drama, right? Like, if God is there and he can always just magically think away, like, you can't have any plot then.
So, apparently, God doesn't actually exist. Speaker of God's the closest that they get. God's not actually going to appear in the show. Yeah, like I mean, maybe I misread it, but like basically, God's not going to be shown at all in the show. A Speaker of God is literally the highest of the highest, that we're going to ever get. And I imagine she'll come back in the future. I mean, obviously they're going to focus on Adam and Lute eventually, even though they fucked up with Gravity. And actually, even okay. So the thing about us is that even though we're on different sections of the right, and because it is a big tent, we're kind of unusual for actually liking Hazbin Hotel because it's more of a left wing fandom type of deal going on here. But even the majority of the base, which is heavily left wing, heavily hates where Gravity is placed within the season. It's a very common complaint to the point where Vizzy was getting piled on in Blue Sky, and then Vizzy did the typical thing where she just double downs on it and acts all pissed off and blames the viewers like, typical modern day writers do.
The thing is, Hazbin Hotel is not a very political setting. Like, Vivcy Pop is very left-wing, and the entire thing about hell is filled with faggots, etc. It's very diverse, but there's very little politics in this show. That might just be because Vivcy Pop is incompetent of putting politics in the show, but there's not actually a whole lot of politics in here. If anything, the problem is that it's too fucking Disney. Like, I hated the finale where they solve shit by singing at the problem, and then the problem literally just disappears. Oof.
Didn't they do that in the first season? Like, they're singing while they're fighting?
No, in the first season, they fucking kill the people attacking them. They fight.
Yeah. I did see a fan theory, and we'll see, because I don't know. Fans are much better at creating ideas than Vizzy is actually implementing them. But basically, the theory is, so as mentioned in season 1, in the very first episode that Lilith would sing songs to unite the citizens of Hell into basically one song. And so the ending of season 2, it's Charlie, granted Emily starts the song, but Charlie also leads them and unites the other overlords to start singing to stop the nuke from happening.
Oh,
And
man.
that's why Lilith was able to call her back, because finally Charlie fulfilled what Lilith was going for, singing a song of the people to unite the people of Hell.
I
The big
kind
problem.
of get that, but the problem is that's the most MLP fucking No, that is
Okay,
an
not to
insult to
not-
fucking MLP. That is an insult to My Little Fucking Pony. They too fight to solve the problem. In this case, they sing at the nuclear bomb, and the bomb just disappears.
Well, here's the difference. Like My
Ugh.
Little Pony entire shtick is the friendship is magic. Like that's their theme, right?
Correct.
And Hazbin Hotel doesn't have that, and like it's being pulled out of nowhere, and you can feel as if it's being pulled from a different franchise.
Yes,
Well,
it doesn't
okay,
belong.
they make jokes about that though in the last 2 episodes about the power of, actually in the final episode they made that like 10 times about the
know,
power of friendship.
Yeah, but
That's
it's like,
the
and then
problem.
even-
a joke and
It
it's another one.
Even
undermines
after-
it. You can't just
Yeah.
go
Even-
like, but I mocked my own idiocy. Yes, but you're still a fucking idiot.
But think about this: it's millennial writing, okay? Like as soon as the song was over, Katie Killjoy said, "Well, that's gay." And then after that, literally after that scene, then the overlords were like, "Okay, let's never speak about this again. This was super cringe." Like, so they are very aware about the scenario of this.
Yeah, but
It's basically that millennial
Yeah,
irony
listen,
where they're
listen.
self-aware
Excuse
about
it.
their self-awareness.
That's not irony. That's like I'm shit and I couldn't come up with
No,
anything
hold on,
better.
Hold on. I can explain it. Right? Like it's one thing when you make a joke about it. It's another thing when you pick it up,
When
carry
you
it
do
all the way
it.
to the finish line. Yeah, like you know, like you can make fun of someone, but like if you actually like pick it up and carry it all the way through, and you do it with like being serious about it, then it stops just becoming a joke or a
Yeah,
reference.
it's not a
and
joke
it just
anymore.
Becomes cringe.
That's just what you did. Oh, this is really cringe. Proceeds to do the thing.
Yeah, literally, you know, it's like, oh, look how cringe it is. This guy is eating boogers from his nose, and then you like literally pick his nose and eat his booger. It's like, oh, that's so funny. And it's like, no, it's fucking cringe. What are you doing?
Yep. I hope for more, but like this season was sunk by gravity. It was poorly like, 'cause I guarantee you they made it and they were like, holy fuck, this is great. Because it is really good. And then they didn't have the patience to pace it and just put it in there and fucking destroyed their own
You
villains.
ignorant slut.
The thing is, though, none of the other songs are good. I mean, even like Gravity aside, right? The other songs are boring. Like in season 1, I remember like most of the songs were interesting. We had that, you know, the Hell is Forever, right? Like it had 2 parts. It had the one where Charlie asked Adam to consider her hotel, and then we had like when she was in heaven and she was singing it. Welcome to Heaven was actually pretty good. No, actually, like most of the songs from season 1 were pretty decent.
But
With the radio
problem
demon, which
is-
just stayed gone.
most of those songs are focused again on Adam or Loot in some way.
That's true.
Mhm.
But actually, there was one that wasn't the radio demon when he sang the
Wish You'd Stayed Gone. Yeah, that one was pretty good.
yeah. And the one in the ending where he comes back.
Yep. Like they decided to do 3 songs per episode, and that didn't work out because the songs weren't good enough. So
Yeah, they finally, thankfully, they extended the episodes, but they only extended them by 5 minutes and decided it was smart to shove another 3rd song within basically that 5-minute time period that like to allow them. That's not enough. That's not enough time. Like if they're gonna do, not to mention just when it comes to like the length problem too. That's I feel like the show's biggest weakness in general. It's either you need more episodes than 8, or you need longer episodes if you're going to do 8, because they're just trying to squeeze too much in at once, and the quality is obviously going down hard.
too much plot. Like another great song from first season was actually Poison and Husks and Spider Person's song. But then we completely drop their plot line, and it's like it's referenced in this season, like, oh yes, abusive relationship. Hold on for season 3, which is kind of the entirety of season 2. Wait for
the one that
2
the
years.
maid song was pretty fucking good.
I felt like that was more of a joke than anything, but yeah.
I
It
don't know,
was
I liked
definitely a
it.
joke song.
It was a joke, but it
Oh.
was good. Like it was funny.
Well, Vox's one Brighter on in episode 7 when he did his whole backstory thing. That one was
Mhm.
decent. It's probably
Be
one of his
fair
better
though,
songs.
I'll give them this. I'll give them this. The ending with the radio demon's plan and how he managed to like fix his staff and get out of the whole situation. That was pretty good.
But everything considered, the problem is this is the closest that the current generation is going to have to something good, which is tragic. The rest
I like
will
that
just be
anime they made,
crumbs.
the Guardian Spice.
Yes.
Isn't that their hallmark for the world? Oh, and they also managed to set records with like the worst video game ever made, which actually managed to beat E.T. What's it called? The mobile game, the Concord, right? Like that's also something that they should be proud of. Like it's difficult to beat E.T. in
Are you
failure.
ready to rut this yellow mare's
Meanwhile,
buttery
that's
butt?
again it's a problem. When we were young, like we had so much good shit that there wasn't enough airtime for all of it, to the point where shit like SWAT Cats became a failure because the competition was that hard. And it is getting a comic book now, which I'm actually kind of looking forward to. So that'll be fun.
Do you know why this is? Because like now that I'm creating a video game, I actually
Okay,
encountered a lot of shit that I didn't know before. The reason why you don't get good shows is not that you don't have talent. The reason is that the industrial censorship apparatus is so fucking thick, Arch. So like if you want to create something, if you want to create fiction, first of all, you got to deal with the terms of service from the platform that you're going to stream, whether it's Netflix, Amazon, one of the big ones. So like there are certain things you literally can't do. Then laws from various nations. Like now you have to follow AFCAB, you have to follow Australian law. They don't allow for hate speech. They don't. So like many cartoons from the 90s would just not fly. Then you have to account for your staff. Like you can literally have your voice actor say, "Oh yeah, I saw you tweeting this on Twitter. I'm not working for you anymore." Then you have to also account for the publisher. Like if you do a business with someone and they represent you, like they have terms of service as well. If you want to make a comic book in the West, a video game, or a TV show, like the level of bureaucracy is so fucking thick. And you also have to deal with the SAG-AFTRA guys, the Actors Guild. Like for instance, they don't want tits to be showed anymore. And this is why you literally cannot create entertainment. Meanwhile, in the early 2000s and 2010, it was like, yeah, just follow the ESRB and that's it.
Yep. Ashley. So chat makes a great point there. Psycho Star for 20. Thank you very much, sir. To have my 2 cents, the EPAP, I'm presuming EPAP, thing isn't just logistics, it's holistic. Logistic issues have been prevalent in media for a decade now because the carrots are written very thin and bad. Bad writers don't work for their payoff. See, that's an interesting point because I do agree. Poor logistics leads to poor writing. If you begin hand-waving, you'll continue hand-waving forever. And payoff is an enormous point because, okay, the payoff in a show should be the main characters doing something cool. Currently, the payoff everyone was waiting for was Adam and Lute. That was the payoff. They wanted to see what happened to Adam if he was reincarnated in hell. The payoff was Adam dying. Whereas Charlie and Veg, they have no payoff. Nobody's worried about them. They literally sang songs about how they can't fucking lose. They're irrelevant. Nobody's worried about, they're not going to die. They can't be hurt. They can't even be mildly inconvenienced. And if there is a danger, they can sing it the fuck away with the power of bullshit.
I hope that when the story refocuses to Adam and Luke, because it has to eventually, right? that maybe finally there'll be some stakes for them because, Vaggie being an ex-angel, already been attacked by Loot a couple times. They already killed Adam. Like, hopefully they'll actually put some stakes. Now, granted, of course, since they're the main characters, they'll win in the end, blah, blah, blah. But hopefully there'll actually be some stakes for them in that situation. Because the whole thing with like the V's is that they're really until the very last episode, you never really
Heresy's the
got the idea
question.
that the
Fire
V's were
is the
gunning
answer.
for their lives. The whole thing was that Vox Tech was spreading misinformation and slandering them and ruining their name to ruin their reputation in the hotel. They never actually directly attacked until the very end, but that's because of Vox losing his shit on Alistair.
Service guarantees
So
citizenship.
there really was no life or death threat going on for those two.
Yeah. And yeah,
It's,
like, that's the problem. Poor logistics lead to poor characters.
I would say it's a little bit bigger than that. Like the entire plot line of season 2, besides how the radio demon gets out of his deal, just had like no suspense at all. Like, let's see, how did it start? You have Charlie wanting to show that souls can be redeemed to Vox, and like it's not going to happen. Like, there's no suspense. There's no is she going to pull it off? Like, she won't. And then it's like, what other plot hooks did this show have? Heaven trying to go to hell in order to apologize. And the idea is like, will it work? Will they be forgiven? And at the beginning of the episode, it's not going to work. Like, you've been genociding these people for thousands of years, and now you bring them cookies and you expect everything to be fine. And so, there's no tension. There's no, what's going to happen next. Because
Yeah, like the whole idea of showing them Serpentious, save for the very last episode, should have logically they should have done it a lot sooner than that instead of apologizing. And then Sarah got rage baited, and then it ruined that whole ordeal. I know a lot of the blame's on Lucifer. At least Charlie blames Lucifer specifically for ruining it. But honestly, it's mostly because they just went down and apologized because they don't actually have a concept of how to handle this. And Charlie is also too naive to basically realize, why don't you just actually show them Serpentious? Like, I get he can't actually go down to hell because of legal reasons or whatever the case is. But the whole broadcasting the fact that he's still alive. I don't know. Some sort of idea should have been happening more than just the gift boxes trope.
The entire season would have been wrapped up in one episode if they'd fucking burned a laser disc, a DVD, and sent it down there like, hey, look.
Well, I think Vox would have been like, oh, well, that's fake, AI or whatever, something like that, because they can spin it. That's the whole point of Vox Tech in the V's, is that they spin whatever they can, no matter how ridiculous it was, like at the end with Valentino being like, Vox never heard of him.
Yeah, they're really good representation of journalists. I have to say, better than Clark and Kent, than Clark Kent and Lois Lane. Like, these are some of the best representation of journalists that we have in the base in any entertainment fiction ever.
Shadowfox. So are we going to set up a fund for making Meowgamite read the werewolf books by the same right that they make English. Milking Farm. Already funded. I'm working on the trailer right now.
Yeah, and I have the book already, unfortunately.
You ignorant slut.
Of course, chat. We didn't need to fund it. She already had the fucking book. It's okay.
No, I just got it like 2 days ago. Yeah, and then my sister opened my package and I freaked out because I thought my dad was the one that opened my package with it, and I about died because he never opens them in my packages.
She already had the book, chat. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
It's actually longer, by the way, than Milking Farm is by about 70 pages. Because I was like, man, this book's actually a lot thicker. What's going on here? So there's
going to read the sequel. Like, I heard it's with werewolves and stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, it's called Breeding Clinic.
Are you pumped?
I'm working on a trailer for it now, which will be pretty awesome.
Oh wait, that's what you need the voice line for?
Uh-huh.
Oh my god. You know what? I'm not going to give it to you after all. I know I already forgot, but now I'm definitely not going to give it to you.
I'll just have to replace you with AI, Mel.
Oh, fuck. Okay, fine. Remind me again.
Debuff Bluff. Lucifer is meant to be the father in King Powerhouse, but all I can see is Dad's an idiot and weak. I'm going to do no wrong with zero consequence and text him I'm sorry when I feel like it. The show hates fathers. Well, the show hates Lucifer. Because the whole, like, he can't harm sinners, they pulled out of their arsehole for this season. Because if you remember, during season 1, when he has that sing-song thing with Alistair, he actually attacks Alistair on multiple occasions. So,
Wait, he does? I thought it was just verbal attacks.
No, he creates, like, gushes of water and stuff and throws them around the place. So, yeah, they made that shit up.
Oh,
I mean, again, this is a problem that Dragon Ball had as well. How do you have any tension, any drama where one of the characters can just solve everything with one punch? Right?
Easy. Like, okay, so you either do it the One Piece, not One Piece, the One Punch Man way, and you make him the joke, and you make everybody else the characters fighting, or you simply have a flawed, overpowered hero. That was the entire foundation of Star Wars with Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker. Like, they're both hilariously powerful.
Sure, but like here you have God, you know, and he can't be the joke because it's like it's God. And so if they could call God to fix any problem,
I think he could be the joke. Like, it would be so easy to make God the joke. God could literally just be some old naive idiot who pops down and's like, why are you fighting? We have disagreements. Like, this seems pretty petty to me. I'm just gonna go on vacation now.
Okay. Maybe because I watched Supernatural. I personally wouldn't care for that because that would be really similar to how God is treated in the Supernatural, at least in the beginning. Yeah. I know God becomes evil and crazy later on. But that would be a bit too close to that, in my opinion. And that goes back to the whole Christianity in general just being a joke and disrespected and just beaten down for the past, I don't know how many decades at this point. And it wouldn't be anything special in that
You
case.
ignorant
Because it'd just
slut.
be another, oh, ha, 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 God's bad, whoop-de-doo.
Well, see, that's the thing. Like, Supernatural God is actually quite interesting to me because he's kind of a reverse of Lucifer. Because his entire idea wasn't that he was evil. It was simply that he was sick of watching the nonsense unfold. He could easily do the same here, where he's just like, okay, no, you're arguing in hell. I don't give a shit about hell. Hell is a prison. Stop.
I think I'm remembering the whole thing with Chuck was that he was a writer, and
Are you
basically
ready
the
to wreck
universe
this yellow
was
mare's
his writing
buttery,
concept.
buttery butt?
And he wanted that good ending. He wanted the Winchesters to go up with a bang. And the Winchesters realized that they're basically puppets in someone else's play, and that's how they rebelled.
Sort of, but like his entire plot line was that he didn't want to be God anymore because he was tired of it.
Are you ready to wreck this?
I
yellow
mean, I
mare's
guess it depends
buttery,
on which
buttery
season. Because
butt?
like at first when they introduced him, that's what they wanted to do
True.
with him.
I stopped
but
watching after a certain point, so they might have
yeah,
retarded later.
then later on, they're basically making him like this very petty, insecure writer. And like his whole shtick is that he wants to be validated for his magnum opus, which is the Supernatural show, because he wrote it, his god. And it went to shit. But yeah, no, like usually I do agree with the thing. Like when you have a character that's a one punch type of character, like it's really difficult to write stuff for it. The people who write Superman, they also said the same thing. Like it's so difficult to write villains for Superman because they're basically like too powerful. Sorry, the superhero is too powerful, and any type of villain you write in either is more inconsistent or has to be written in such a smart way that the audience don't suspend their disbelief.
Sort of, but the thing is too here. So now we're going to go into like wider storytelling things. The thing here is people are actually very charitable. The audience is actually incredibly charitable. Like, SWAT Cats is a beautiful example. If you look at the audience and go, listen, this is a world with anthropomorphic cats that fight evil using a jet fighter. That's retarded. It makes no sense whatsoever. The jet fighter has punchy claws. They punch things with their fighter jets. However,
It's the magic of the 90s.
exactly, but that's the thing. Like, once you've established it, everyone's on board. You can't act against your own universe. It's the same with superheroes. Everyone knows Lex Luthor can't do fucking diddly shit to Superman. If he even finds kryptonite, Superman could literally just speed up to Mach fucking 11 by spinning the Earth a few times and then smack it out of its hands because he's moving at such a velocity that he couldn't stop himself, even with the kryptonite. Just
Sure,
literally.
but like the difference with SWAT cats is that they have limits.
Trick or
Like you
treat.
can just
Can I sell
if
you
they're out of their
meat?
jet, they can be overpowered. They can be beaten. The
Yeah,
jet
but
is
that's
not invincible.
Superman's
like,
limit. Kryptonite. Like, the point I'm making
Oh,
is once you've
that's pretty-
created the contract with the audience, they're willing to forget and forgive just about everything. Everybody was happy to see Superman just punch the next bad guy because that was the contract that was established. It's when you try to fuck with that contract and you introduce the poor logistics of suddenly Superman is evil, etc., that you ruined the worldview. You've broken the contract, and now the audience is going to start nitpicking you because you aggressed upon them.
I think that Injustice did a really good job with the Joker defeating Superman not by fighting him but by killing Lois Lane, and then Superman snaps.
Yeah,
And it's a
but
gradual
again,
snap.
that was not a break of the contract because Injustice ends with Superman losing. It simply just juxtaposes Superman as the bad guy in that case. Because the good Superman arrives at the end and wins.
Yeah, it does end up with good Superman beating bad Superman, that's true.
Yes. Like, it really comes down to the fact that we've forgotten how to write stories and how to focus on characters and make the characters
Oh,
matter.
shit, Arch. I realized what the Zoomers have.
What do the Zoomers have?
What
The
do I have?
boys. The boys.
Kind of. Like, you could argue that the Zoomers' legacy is evil Superman, but even that is just a perversion of what came before.
And Invincible. They have Invincible.
Yeah,
And they have
Invincible
Brightburn.
2 is just fucking evil Superman.
I would agree with Invincible. In this case, like I'm probably not the best. Honestly, now that I think about it, I'm probably not the best representative of my group, just because with being older and also the fact that I'm not that in touch with the entertainment. But if I would probably say when it comes to Western media, yeah, Invincible seems to be actually pretty popular with my age group. And just with the memes and everything else in general. But other than that, I'm going to go back to what V said originally and just say anime is really what the Zoomers care about more. Western entertainment's just basically dead to us.
Well, again, that's the thing. What is Invincible? Invincible is just a superhero show. Evil Superman, Omni-Man, and then you begin to drag it into a more positive direction. But the primary selling point of Invincible is basically what we did with South Park in the 1980s. Oh my god, they killed Kenny. Oh my gosh, a bloody show. Oh, they can't do that on television. Like, it's just yet another specter of a thing that we had 50 fucking years ago. Oh, I'm not a fan of Invincible.
I thought season 1 was actually pretty decent. Had a nice twist in it with the Omni-Man situation. But then again, and this is
That
where
was a twist to
I
you?
mean, I thought it kind of was.
See, that's my point right there.
Yeah, well, yes, but if we're talking about what the Zoomers have, if this is not like we have much, and when we actually go back and watch old media, we don't realize what we lost essentially, and so when it comes to new media, yeah, this is actually decent.
See,
So it's
that is a
or at least
fantastic
watchable.
illustration of my point. To the Zoomer, to somebody like Mal, evil Superman was a twist. That's where we are.
Yeah, and you guys are old men, very old men, looking at you, 52-year-old, and that were able to grow up in a time period where you did have too much entertainment. I mean, hell, you just said earlier in the stream they had so much good that there wasn't enough airtime for it. we don't have anything. Like, there's never like all these new Netflix releases because Netflix is basically the new like TV program that the dish satellite for different things. They're not popular. They're flops. You like every once in a blue moon you'll hear something that is popular. Like I think like Wednesday was something that kind of got a little bit of ground, but it just doesn't. It just dies almost immediately. Um, or if it happened, was back in the teens, when Netflix originals were actually relatively decent, for different stuff. Like, it's not there's not much entertainment here.
And by the way, you guys don't have music.
Oh God, that is true. Holy fuck, that is true.
Yeah, that is definitely true. There's the reason why everything I listen to is, like, early 2000s and older than that.
Anyway, I gotta bounce. So thank you for having me. Really disappointed with season 2. Hopefully season 3 is going to be better. And you need to teach me how you groomed your chat into not judging you for liking Hazbin Hotel.
He's gotten some pushback, actually. I've noticed in his live stream and on Twitter as well.
Nothing compared to mine. Nothing.
Jesus.
Water under the bridge.
Well, nice talking to you again, V, and good night.
Bye, Gypsy. Hashtag kick
Bye-bye.
V.
And I know what the current generation has. Indian people on fucking Twitter. That's what this generation has. So I normally discount anything that starts with breaking, but so apparently, they launched a feature that allowed you to see like where accounts were from. And apparently, somebody figured out a way to, because this was supposed to be a private thing, so only you could see it. But somebody managed to figure out how to do it to see other people's
Service
accounts.
guarantees citizenship.
And apparently, loads of people who had presented themselves as something else were like, Ivanka Trump news, account based in Nigeria. Iranian military watch in India. Like, lots of right-wing accounts was from fucking India, etc. Like, Mariana Times, Israel, India.
Yeah, I saw that. It's honestly, it's completely to be expected. This is why there's so many people advocating for this to happen, because there were a lot of accounts that were accused or suspected of specifically being Indian because they had the whole Indian scam thing that happened earlier this year. Plus, they're Indians. For it, and so a lot of people were excited for this exact reason. And then, sure enough, it's revealed. Though I have heard that apparently it's not perfect because sometimes it's also if you had like a VPN on when you created your account, that's what it was registered as. And so some people who have like European ones could technically be like a VPN possibly for it, but obviously the ones from the third world are from the third world in that case.
Never trust a right-wing account before he's proven that he's from the West, chat. Never reject them all.
Yes, especially if they're women.
Very important, chat. Remember, there are no women on the internet.
Guy in real life. That's what girl stands for. Never forget that.
Yes, correct.
Mhm.
I did quite like this though, because there has been, I feel like often the most extreme takes comes from accounts that don't seem to understand Western values or cultures. And now I know they were all Indian or Nigerian. Good for me to know. I'm happy about this.
Where do you think I'm from then?
Ireland.
Well, they are supposedly the new urban youth, so I guess that makes sense.
Correct.
Hmm. I just find it so funny that they paused this feature after like an hour is what I heard. For this. Like, what did you how did they not suspect this? Like all the major right wing accounts, some have like especially the ones that have been treated by like Trump and Elon, were all pushing for this. And then they shut it down for doing the exact same thing that everyone wanted it to do. I I don't know what they were expecting when they implemented this feature, if they weren't aware of that.
I don't know, but the ongoing Indian apocalypse can only grow stronger, in my opinion.
I've never seen a group of people become so hated and demonized in such a short amount of time. Uh, the Indians going from okay, nobody really cares about them, um, to kind of having the idea of the phone call scammers, obviously,
Heresy's the
and people
question.
didn't like
Fire
them,
is the
but it
answer.
is what it is. To the H-1B Christmas crashed out last Christmas, and then throughout the whole debacle with H-1Bs, the Twitter scam payout earlier this year, the truck crashings, um just what they tweet in general, with just saying some vile things. And within 1 year, less than a year, a group of people just managed to just ruin their reputation to the entirety of the Western world, or at least America. In this case.
The thing is, we knew nothing about India, but then people started looking into India, and everyone was equally shocked and horrified at the state of this thing that apparently existed, and it just got worse and worse and worse and worse.
And yet we want to bring more people here. Are you excited, chat? I know I am.
Well, we need them to run our social media companies.
It's actually quite
Heresy's
tragic
the
how many
question.
of
Fire is
CEOs
the
of
answer.
American-made companies have just become CEOs. Like, it's a laundry list of them that just, over the years, have turned into Indian CEOs. And it's just like, huh, I wonder what's happening here.
Like, we used to view the East as this magical, mysterious land. Something strange and foreign and exotic. And that colored a lot of our view of countries like China and India and so on. But the reality is that they're just... the third world savages that have imported the first world. And now they're sitting there staring up...
barely even human.
Oh, practically. They're staring at our technology like we gave them plastic, this miracle thing that makes everything easier. And they just... Yeah. What is the saying? Technology sufficiently advanced is indistinguishable from magic. That is how the majority of India and the Middle East view anything we've produced the last 50 fucking years.
And then they have the audacity to come over here and be like, you need us because of all these visa programs, and we're high-skilled labor, or Trump keeps on using the excuse of the whole, what was it, is it Taiwanese and the chips and shit? Like, no, that's not actually what's happening here. Um, it's just, it's quite frustrating.
Okay.
Mhm.
It's going to be bully the third world time for just a little bit now.
Yes! I love racism.
This isn't even... I don't even know what this is, but I also came across this, and okay.
Heresy's the question.
I just want you to
Fire is the
listen to this,
answer.
chat. Just open your little ears up and accept it into your brain.
The entire concept of logic is anti-black. But let's zoom out for some context.
I feel like that requires reiteration.
The entire concept of logic is anti-black. But let's zoom out for some context. Western philosophy built its idea of reason by defining who wasn't rational. To be logical meant being European, male, and civilized. It's everything blackness was imagined not to be. But that's why Afro-pessimists and decolonial thinkers argue that colonialism didn't just seize land, it seized the right to define truth itself. In epistemologies of the South, the seizure of the right to define truth itself is referred to as epistemicide. This is where Western rationality survives by silencing every other way of knowing. Sylvia Rivera's book goes on to expose this myth, the myth of linear progress, and how that erased indigenous cyclical time, therefore trapping the global South in someone else's timeline. And finally, on the post-colony, which reveals colonial reason as a logic that made blackness the outer limit of the human. So when I say logic is anti-black, I mean the very rules of logic were written from an imperialistic point of view. So to think freely, we need to rebuild reason itself from the ground up.
This?
Can I slur?
No. This is one of those things that needs so many level of unpacking, it's not even funny. Because, correct, the West established logic and reason, which was a damn near unique invention of ours that you find in very few other nations. The closer you come is China, with its things like Confucianism and their large-scale bureaucracy, and to some degree Japan. But the idea of the elimination of truth then comes into this. Because after learning about African time, I've looked into this a bit more, and the amusing thing is you have people unironically arguing for things like cyclical time. The idea of cyclical time is that time, like history, doesn't exist until it's happened. You can't foretell the future until it has happened. You have no way to predict anything that could possibly occur beyond like the next year or so.
Trick or treat. Can I smell your feet?
And all of this is idiotic. It's love. It's insane. And it literally comes back down to the shaman calling the lightning. I've seen actual arguments for, listen, we don't know magic isn't real because we have tales of magic from our ancient texts. It's like, no. We've tried this. We actually had a few hundred years of trying to figure out magic ourselves. But we've come to the realization that no, magic isn't actually real. We know why lightning strikes rocks now. It isn't because the shaman said so. It's because of iron deposits in the rocks. We have arrived at the point where we can explain your mythology, and there's a genuine movement now to reject the explanation and re-embrace the mythology. It's fascinating. And the thing is, too, it uses the modern-day institutional language to explain this. Like when she mentions things like epistolology, for example, what she means is that there is a worldview that was established that she disagrees with, even if that worldview is demonstrably correct. She is in essence sitting there, refusing gravity even as the apple falls on her head. No, Matt,
I like
calm
in the
down.
back-
I see you vibrating.
Vibrating. No, I think you summed it up pretty well. But I do want to mention like the music she uses in the background too. So she uses all these
Classical
like
music.
big fancy. Yeah, she uses all these big fancy words to help, you know, quote unquote prove her point there. But the music I notice is dark and a little bit depressing. There's a little bit of fear within it too, to help strike the fact that this is something evil. This has been done to you, added onto what everything else that she's saying. Like this was like, usually when you make like TikToks and stuff like that, you have like a happy, upbeat, some sort of like catchy music or whatever the case is. Like because it was supposed to be funny, right? Because the music helps is supposed to evoke some sort of emotion with this. In this case, she chose, like you said, one classical music with a piano, which is a more Western concept. But also just the emotion to go with this too. Just really just like how evil Whitey is for creating something that's so racist and completely, well, illogical in her eyes. Because it's imperialistic, as she says.
Well, the amusing thing is, because you mentioned the piano, right? Where do you think the piano was invented and when?
Well, I know the harpsichord was invented first, and that was like what, in the 13 or 1400s, I think. I could be wrong about the dates, that's for sure.
Yeah, but the harpsichord is a little bit of a different thing again. Because that is specifically where you pluck the strings in the harpsichord.
Yeah, but that was originally the prequel for the piano, and the piano came a little bit later.
Yeah.
Because then they actually created the machine to actually hit the hammer onto the chord instead.
Yes. So the piano was invented in Europe, in Italy, in the 1700s, because the piano is a fucking hyper complex musical machine that nobody else even came close to creating. This woman who is denouncing Westernism in its total as simply a false ideology is using music that could only have been created during the height of Western rationalism. Oh, there's so many fucking layers to this. There's so many fucking layers to this. And again, remember, she is using not the tools of African philosophy, because there is no such thing. She is not using the terms invented by African philosophers to denounce colonialism. She is using the tools and the ideas of Western scholars to deconstruct our own ideology in favor of nothing specific. She is not providing an example or an alternative here. She is simply basically saying, listen, this thing was bad, we must reject it. I don't know what we can conceivably even try to replace it with, but we gotta get rid of it.
I will give her a slight pass on the not replacing it, because you can talk about an issue and address that it's a problem, but not actually have the solution for it, because you even haven't either haven't created it yet, you haven't gotten that far, or you need somebody else to pick up where you left off. The issue with this is that it's not a problem. She's just purely delusional. In this case, she sees a problem where there isn't, and uses the tools of the Western world to criticize its own, like you said. And it's basically trying to make a case of Whitey bad, so we need there's another reason why we need to get rid of Whitey, which has been the propaganda for how many decades now? So
And well, that's it as well, because this isn't an idea that emerged naturally either, because there is no logical, there's no reason, and that's the beauty of it. It is the rejection of logic, it is the rejection of reason as fundamentally Western. And we now go back to the Gramsci, who, that little fucking spider that sits squatting at the center of every fucking web, whose entire idea was, no, we must replace the West. We must replace all the fundamental pillars of its very existence so that we can have our revolution. And this is the final pillar right here, creaking in front of us. This is reality as we have determined it to be. This is our ability to be better than savages staring up at the sun and inventing a man in a chariot who drives it and going, but why didn't we like the idea about the man in the chariot? Ugh.
I mean, depending on how spicy you want to get, we can maybe talk about the cold weather theory and why that's the case, and
Well, see,
why.
this isn't even like necessarily an element of race, because we've done this before. We've had kind of sort of ideas of this. Basically, we go back to the idea of the noble savage, right? Where you had this theory that man in nature was somehow inherently more moral than man in civilization. That there was a corrupting aspect of civilization that reduced man to a more base version of himself. Which was, again, like, that's basically what we've arrived at now, but on an even more extreme level. Because at least the noble savage was an aspect of romanticism, right? That was us looking at these... The noble savage is literally us on our view of India before we saw pictures of India.
It's more the romanticization of nature specifically, and how man could possibly harmonize with it. Because nature is beautiful, is wondrous. It has so many resources, and I said wonder already. There's so many resources within it. And it's something a bit more mystical, and it creates some sort of spiritual feeling within people when you go see like a pretty waterfall or something like that. And so with the case of the noble savage, someone who's actually in tune with the spiritual nature of nature, kind of makes sense from that romantic perspective. Of course, in reality, doesn't actually work out that way at all. Because the people who are more on the tribal level are on the tribal level because they don't actually have the advancements in their civilizations to go further and past nature.
Yes, but it was also like it was an attempt to grant a more charitable point of view. Like that was the thing. When we encountered painted tribals who are like, if I cover my face in paint, I'm immune to bullets, and then we shot them, it's like, well, that didn't work out very well, did it? We actually felt bad for them in a weird sense, where we then tried to romanticize them. The entire idea of natural medicine, for example, the idea of like tribal medicine, largely stems from our own romanticization. And then we find things like, oh, but listen, natural medicine is just medicine from nature, right? Well, we do that too, and we do. That's true. The only difference is natural medicine is a shaman picking a random leaf in the forest and slapping it on an open wound. Our variant of that is picking the plant and finding the specific fucking atomic structure within it that causes it to stop bleeding. It is literally like comparing wooden spears to cannons. They both toss things, but in radically different forms. God, there was an entire era of humanity defined by us trying desperately to find some reason to find value in the third world. Ugh, this is a depressing realization I've happened upon now.
Well, part of the issue is because of the blank slate theory, thinking that everyone's equal and that all you have to do is just teach them the ways and they can learn, and go with it. And that they're just as good as you are because they're also human as well. Not realizing that you're not even equal to yourself on a different day. And so a person from a completely different culture, and a completely different continent with a completely different religion, could just assimilate and actually change just by introducing them to the wondrous ways. It's not actually realistic, but they believe that.
Well, again,
And
like
people
that,
still believe it to this day.
that again isn't even people. It's culture and education. Like this person right here, for example. The reason why she decides to say something so unfathomably idiotic as logic is anti-black it's not because of her skin color. It is because she has gone to an institution. She has gone to an academy that has taught her all these terms, that have equipped her, like a Western academy, equipped her with the tools to imagine that magic is a more satisfactory explanation for reality than logic. We've done this to ourselves. Oh, what a fucking world.
I mean, you could technically make the argument that the reason why she was easily swayed in this case is because she's black. I mean, the whole argument is that it's anti-black to believe in logic. So she herself is using the race argument in this case.
Well, no, she's not using the race argument. She is using a cultural argument here. Because she doesn't mention whitey in this. And blackness in this case, too, you gotta remember.
European means white, though. I mean, where else do white people come from?
Sort of, but we are speaking now in a institutional sense, where blackness doesn't mean the race, the skin color black. It means a spirituality. They've imbued the word with greater meaning, which is why Reuters now capitalize B as a political force in black. And she is referring to Europe in the same way, as Europe, as the force of Europe, the institutions of Europe. And she's also referring to America in this as well, as she is attributing logic in total to Europe. It has become something spiritual. And that in and of itself, okay. God, there are so many levels to this. So, one of the reasons why we actually have this problem is that we have ignored the spirituality of our own heritage as well. No, there is absolutely a reason to simply go, logic is ours. We have imbued it with meaning. It is spiritual. It is above you. And so when somebody goes, well, why does the apple fall? We don't need to explain gravity to them. We simply state the apple falls. And the fact that we've reneged on this to the point we've decided to, how do I even put it, to atomize all of this. It was like, well, why does the apple fall? Well, you see gravity. What is gravity? Well, you see gravity is the Earth's gravitatic force. Where does that come from? Well, deep within the Earth, there is burning metal which creates a spin with centrifugal force. Why does it spin? Well, you see, we are in space a lot. It becomes an endless fucking explanation. It is literally a child bothering its parent for why the sky is blue, and the only correct answer is because it's fucking blue, and then to hit the child.
I get where you're coming from in this argument, and I don't necessarily disagree with it, from the basis of it, but I mean, she says literally in the video, it's even the quoted statement, logic is anti-black. She is using the race card overall, and she says global south. Global south also means brown people in general. That is just that that's their coded language, or their academic coded language to represent the third world and separate them from Europeans. And she herself is playing the race card because of this and what she is saying. And so, I mean, you don't have to argue against her on the same grounds, but you can still argue against her on the same grounds as well. Because, like I said, Europeans are white people. That's where white people come from. And that's, they also, obviously, they created America and Canada and Australia, but that's still European descendants there. Global South is the entirety of the third world that was colonized by specifically the British, but also the rest of the European states. She is making it a black and white issue. It is, and so therefore, it's a black and white issue.
Well, the problem is Global South refers to literally everything from Africa to India to South Africa to fucking the Philippines, etc. It's
the third world that was colonized. Brown people.
Yeah, but it's become a term that includes a lot of yellow people too. Again, that's why it's not a racial thing. It is a us versus them thing. That's how she's using it. And it would be easier to argue that she basically says us versus whitey. Like, if anything, it's more that side.
Basically, yes.
Even though in this case, also whitey includes a lot of Chinese people as well.
Well, we don't talk about the Chinese. Like I said, she focused more on the Europeans, after all.
I fucking hate Twitter.
Well, there's some good stuff on Twitter. I mean, you got some cute cat videos. You got the good occasional meme from time to time. Puppy videos. I don't. Yeah, Twitter's a shithole.
Chat. I've been thinking of doing like solo ArchCast things a little bit, where I just watch videos, because there's a lot of videos you guys have suggested to me that we will never be able to cover in Stamford Bridge because there are too many videos. For example, like this one, why the wheel is overrated, and I am dying to know what the fucking argument is.
Hey, if you want
here.
me to leave, I can. I didn't invite myself on today, so.
I would never kick Mel out. That would be cruel. If anything, I wanted to do this like separate things. And also, well, chat, you know, we need to talk about more of this stuff too. We'll save that. But there are good things on Twitter as well. Like this was a good thing on Twitter. This was an excellent thing on Twitter, for which I am very happy.
Are you affirming that you think President Trump is a fascist?
All right, a little bit louder.
Oh, turn up a little bit more, yeah.
Yeah, this is a reporter.
Are you affirming that you think President Trump is a fascist?
I've spoken about...
That's okay, you can just say yes. Okay. That's easier.
See, okay. So the funny part here is the newspaper person or the fucking journalist is like, "Are you affirming that Trump is a fascist?" And he begins to launch into a reply that would have been like 5 minutes of him saying yes, but in left-wing terms. Meanwhile, Trump is just sitting there like, "It's okay. I understand. I know. This is the shibboleth. You must kiss the ring. I get it." And the fact that he says that is fucking beautiful because it completely annihilates this guy's position. Because he knows he's about to say yes, but over the course of 5 minutes. And Trump is like, "Okay, listen, I know you've got to bend the knee, you've got to do the dance, you've got to appease the public, speak the words, but it's easier if you just say yes. Seriously, I get it. I understand why you were doing it. Just say yes."
It is quite hilarious watching them interact like that.
Yes, it was great. And the thing is, you can see he himself looks so...
That's okay, you can just say yes.
That's the wrong way.
Yeah, okay.
I love that he has a B-2 bomber on his desk. But you can see in his face and his body language, too, that he's so awkward about this. Like, because he understands what has just happened. He knows that, yeah, no, I've been basically caught out now. This is going to become a meme. I'm now the guy who's like, I think he's a fascist, but I don't have the balls to say it to his face. I would never.
Yeah, he would have gone into some platitudes about different things and say like, well, he is evil, but he's not, because the left would be chomping at the bit on him for even going to the White House and interacting with Trump in the first place.
Yeah.
And so he would have to say something to save face, but also not burn bridges with Trump at the same time, because he still is the president of the United States, and then he just got completely BTFO'd by Trump. And he has to sit there and all embarrassed and weak and unrealized. And the fact that now, granted, it took like 10 years at this point, but now that Trump, the president of the United States, just basically destroys the whole fascism argument, it's gotten to the point where that is so overused, so shoved down everyone's throat that anyone evil is a fascist, in their eyes, regardless of your political positions. If you just merely disagree with them, you just get called fascist. Well, congratulations, the president of the United States just already acknowledges that. What are you going to do about it? Like, it's become too mainstream. Like, they're going to have to think of something different other than fascist and Nazi, because it's just been so watered down.
I don't think so. It's still the word. It still means what they think it means to them. And again, like, it's been overused. It's become just a word that it's their word now. It's like, it's like hallelujah, but for the left.
Yeah, but hallelujah is never said anymore because it has been so overused, and that it's been dying out. The left basically needs to retire that with fascism if they want to at least try to regain some of the power that they got. Because nobody, if a normie hears someone be called a fascist, they don't go, "Ooh, scary" anymore. They just like, okay. It's nobody cares. It's only useful for the left to basically paint a target on somebody to attack, which is a good rallying cry for them. But if they care at all for the power that they once had, they're going to have to think of something different.
I don't think they will.
I mean, I don't think they will either. There has to be something clever and something that can actually evoke fear. And I can't think of anything because racism has already been died out, transphobe has been killed, homophobe as well. Like any of these moral judgment words from the Western perspective of you are a bad person if you're this ist or an obe has been basically used and died out at
Service
this point.
guarantees
They're going to have to think of
citizenship.
something else.
But more importantly, before I get to the super chats,
God damn it. You're the one who pushed the button.
perhaps Mal should go back to Mal's corner again.
Oh, I can leave. I can leave.
May he appear in more streams. We'll see if Amalgamite appears in more streams. CJR92, V is upset that Arch doesn't appreciate him. I do appreciate V. He's Romanian, though, which makes it difficult.
I will be right back. But he's a gypsy, so disregard him.
Have fun pelleting.
Fuck you!
Jeebus Milk. So Dev was just saying every MAGA poll should be arrested and not allowed to run for office. I know, Dev is making a fantastic argument for why the right needs to be significantly more oppressive than it is. Seriously. Like, actually, unironically, Dev's entire position is a perfect justification for why the MAGA side should just go like, okay, well, man, shit, if they're gonna... If they're literally going to prosecute us if we ever lose power now, what reason do we have to hold back at this point? It's not a good argument. It's not an argument I would make, but it certainly is Dev's argument. SLC Maker, first, I was sent by V as a trans raider. Second, dude, Google, you guys are so young, try sending a 640 XP JP over 14.4 kilobytes dial-up. I know, I recognize the dial-up. I am old enough to remember a time when I tried to download pornography on a floppy drive. Rasmus 0211, Arch, Mal, don't get representation on screen. No. Jackson Voorhees, how much for small Amal on Arch head? Well, she's in a glass jar now. Chimera, the Ghostbusters hentai animation creator, is Zone, grandfather of Newground Smut, and made a Skullgirls anime so good they hired him as a freelance artist. Jesus. Ranga 2, I didn't even know that Season 2 was out. It is. Suzumeka, I only gave V crap for being a furry. Yep. Well, that's only half of it. He was a furry, but he was a war fetishist too, which was worse. Maranga 2, I see that the... I lost my fidget toy. Doofenshmirtz impersonator returned. Get V to say, Perry the Platypus. Perry the Platypus.
You can go grab your fidget spinner. I can talk for the 30 seconds you need to bend over. Grab your cane, go down and reach it. Anyway, hello chat. Here's my 30 seconds of talking so Arch can actually go down and grab his fidget spinner because he might be 52 years old, but he's got the mind and soul of a young boy. At least that's what he wants to think. I personally believe otherwise. I mean, after all, he's just talking about dial-up after all. Dial-up? Jeez. He's ancient.
I have lost. Shit.
Okay, apparently he's... I don't actually know what he's doing. I thought he was... I'm hearing background noises, so he's moving. I don't and I can't read super chats. I don't have access to that, so I can't completely take over the show.
I found my pen. It had bounced on impact and ended up further away than I expected.
So you had to walk 50 feet. My apologies about that. Do you need your pain medication now?
50 feet? Wow, my room is large.
You need your space for all your figurines.
I don't actually have any figurines. I've wanted to take up like collecting figurines, but never got around to it. I just collect swords instead.
Well, you need the wall space for your swords. Arch has fallen and he can't get up. You need life alert, which you're too Swedish to know what life alert is, and that makes me sad.
No, I've already festooned my dad with those things. He's got one on his phone, one on his watch, and if he'd let me, I'd put one around his fucking neck. Rabberjack sent 500 warp tokens. I was thinking about the fun to see Arch to attend a furry convention. How much more to do it while cosplaying Steve Irwin while doing it? Steve Irwin? Why would Steve Irwin be at the cosplay convention for furries?
I don't know, but sure.
It would be mildly funny, though. You know, because it'd be easy to cosplay him. Like, I'd just put on a pair of like khaki shorts and shirt, basically. And then you just take running speed and tackle the fuck out of some poor furry, pin him to the ground, go like, crikey! Look at this! Oh, he's angry! Pinning him to the ground.
No, yeah, I get the joke now. I had to look him up to remember who he was.
Child!
He died when I was a toddler. Anyways,
Fucking Christ.
Yeah, no, that makes sense because you're inspecting the zoo animals. Okay, haha, funny joke. I get it now. You should totally do it. I support it.
Hug tie the furry on the ground. Oh, look at this one.
I've lost.
All right, beauty this is. They mate asexually. Steve Irwin was a great person. I'm almost kind of glad he's dead because let's face it, all of our childhood heroes turned out to be monsters. Steve Irwin probably did horrible shit. Okay, he probably ran a concentration camp or something. I don't know, but something. Like he was too good of a human being to not have ran a concentration camp in the past. Actually, that comes out wrong. What I meant is he must have had some Titanic skeletons in his closet. It's just unavoidable. Nobody that nice is actually that nice.
Generally, I do agree with that. Isn't he the one who died based by an alligator, even though he loved them?
Stingray.
A stingray got him? Well, that's unfortunate. But I mean, still, it's I don't know. And I think it's kind of cute. It's probably. I mean, if there are any skeletons in his closet, maybe it's a good thing he died a bit soon. Okay, that sounded really morbid. But I like animals, and so it's like seeing the conservation efforts is quite nice.
Yeah, too pure for this world, correct chat. But yeah, I can go to a furry convention cosplaying as Steve Irwin. It's gonna cost you a fair bit because it's gonna be flight and hotel, etc. But
well, you need to put a price on that then, so chat can actually fund it properly.
How much was Kibsa's sock fund? That
I don't know. I'm assuming probably a few $1,000s based on the context.
And the foot-hitting fish on Kick. Damn it, now been sold for 5 months. Still nothing on Mal being a submissive for her whole life. Being a submissive for her whole life.
Yes, I am.
There you go. Pakelta. Check your DMs. I sent you a picture. Also, since V just left Amal, what is the caliber? Oh, the Swiss Luger. Larger? They probably rechambered it like 9mm or something gay. Or 8. Sigurd von Felsenblotten. If Western culture is so abhorrent to the blacks, then maybe they should go and start their own democratic nations in Africa. Oh wait, that would be Liberia, wouldn't it? I'm sure that's going to go well. Well, the thing is, they would simply just argue that that didn't work because it was we who forced the idea of democracy upon them. I'm sure they imagine that they actually have some form of democracy that would be superior to ours. Probably based on magical power or something. Mana, maybe. Tanner Fox, good Meowgamite, is where she belongs, in the jar. It's a weird, crusty place to be, but very well. Valon Deathblade. Gravity is good, but we need Brighter to be early in the season for Vox to get the spotlight he deserved. Boy need to shine brighter in the story. Also, Charlie needs horse tranquilizers. Yes. Literally, because they put Vox on screen loads. What they needed was to take Gravity out, put that in season 3, probably, and fucking Velvet needed a song. Valentino needed a song. You know, the other Vs.
Yeah, it was mostly just Vox for it, which I'm not really complaining because I do kind of like him, but if the Vs in general are supposed to be the focus, then yeah, they need more spotlight. Though, didn't you say that like the season colors represent what they're about, and so next season's gonna be green and red?
Yeah, green and
so that's
purple,
gonna be-
apparently. So Alistair and Lilith,
yeah.
we assume.
So if it's going to be about Alistair, I guess it kind of makes sense if I play devil's advocate for this show too fucking much. But okay, it kind of makes sense because Vox was technically the leader of the V's. Yeah, they're supposed to all work as a team, but technically he was the leader. He was the face. The Vox Tech it's literally in his name and everything like that. Now that he's been absolutely defeated, and now just his head, and they're pissed at him for the shenanigans that he did. And Valentino has basically become the new leader and face of Vox Tech and the V's. They probably will get more showing next season because Alistair is going to be more of the big bad if that's true, and because of them have still being related to Vox, and just being overlords in general, they themselves are going to be threatened, and they don't have Vox to protect them anymore. With it. Not like Alistair's going to care about them personally, but just the overlord status, whatever Alistair does, etc., etc., watching their power and balance and how that works out, because Vox at least was quite effective. I mean, he literally had mind control after all. He was a cult leader, though I feel like that was not really handled properly in the show. They'll hopefully get more to screen time, and I guess a song or two next season.
Problem is, the theme for the 3rd season is supposed to be family. Which means Alistair and Lilith will act out a little bit, they'll do something mean, then they'll sing a fucking song and everything will be fucking forgiven. Useless bullshit.
Well, that's going to be every season. They did it last season, they did it this season, they're going to probably do it till the end of the show, so...
Well, they don't have to. They just gotta kill Vaggie. They just gotta kill Vaggie. Vaggie needs to die.
I hope they do. I don't like her. She's just boring. Well, Charlie is just... I don't like Charlie either because she's such a hot mess, and there's no character development with her as well. She's a hot mess season 1, she's a hot mess season 2. She doesn't actually learn from her actions. She apologizes, but she doesn't actually learn, and she does the same shit over again. It's... so the show would be much better off if they were either side characters or just didn't exist.
Lord Warriors, when is the next LP? Remember, no Kips or Rags? Probably in a couple of months. Also, Walrus.
Damn it.
Iron Wolf, 9999999. Why the fuck would they? They got rid of Halsey, who was obviously one of the most popular characters of the whole show, and what I've seen is what I've seen on the internet. Yes. But that's the issue. He's going to act out a little bit, then Charlie will forgive him, and everything will be gay again. Council Kraken, Vox and his Shark, best character. Loved it. The Shark was good. Noga said, hello, V. Oh, dear. He's dead. Having you back, and put this on the next Book of the Milking Farm. All right, we're starting the fund for Book 3 in the Milking Farm already.
What? No! Chat, why do you hate me? What did I do to you guys?
There we go. Milking Farm, the 3rd book.
I have lost.
I want to see if we can cover this entire fucking series.
I don't want us to cover the entire fucking series.
I'm working on something amazing for you, chat. You're going to love it.
I'm gonna kill myself.
And hey, François, hello. Dimlight Echo, pull up the Twilight Tierek fight from MLP. Do I remember that one? I don't remember if I remember that one. I feel like I do. Yeah, because they had a whole like fight and stuff. Segrin Moore, would you feel better if they cleared Charlie's singing to be tinged with mind control, so the act of her preaching friendship is a perversion of it? I mean, maybe, but I feel like that's way too dark for what this thing is. Manga 2, Mal, say Scooby-Doo, but replace the ooh sound with an E sound.
I'm scared. S- I am trying to hear it out in my head to see if it sounds bad or anything like that, and it doesn't seem like it sounds bad, so I'm curious why you're asking me to do this. Scooby Dee? I don't know. Oh, Skibbity is what it's supposed to be? I'm not that Zoomer brain rot, okay?
Yet.
I'm not on TikTok.
Alan Wake. To be honest, I wouldn't even say Charlie and Vaggie are what draws people to Hazbin Hotel. It's most of the side characters like Alistair, Lucifer, Adam, and Lute among the villains. I agree. Yeah, no. Like, the problem with... Charlie is supposed to just be the naive centerpiece, and if she grew and started to learn things and evolve, then that would be good, but she doesn't. Commander Wolf, Arch, this series feels like the bootleg MLP. I know the Demons and Lilith have songs given power over something. My osmosis of MLP through Horsefire and 4 great mod. Diamond Mountain needs a remap badly. But yeah, this show discount MLP. Unironic, MLP was better. My Little Pony was better. We're gonna have to watch more My Little Pony. Pony?
You will not make me into being a Pegasister. No, thank you, sir. I will not let you groom me that far.
I like how you know the terminology.
Yes, because during the art Instagram era that I was in back in like 2014, there was lots of pony artists that also drew other things as well. And I had a friend who was into MLP, and I tried to get into it. I thought this is way too much of a kid show, and so I couldn't do it. But I did try my hand at actually drawing the ponies too, and I also wasn't that into it either. So it was a very brief phase because I was just like, I tried, it was a popular thing. I want to do the popular thing, you know, teenage girl and all, and it didn't work out. So no, I know you won't be effective in your grooming because I've already tried the groom myself.
Yeah, but as we've made abundantly clear, you clearly weren't good enough at it.
Fine, try your best, but you're still a Swede. You're the one who commissioned that, not me.
Tsunushi, in honor of the US penny being discontinued, turn this money into pennies to fill Mal's jar with. Then the pennies go into the Crimson Skies Fund. Crimson Skies. That was a good little video game. Shadowfox, Jesus, the whole good arc of Supernatural, just God arc, was just not good at all. I missed how the show focused on Winchester family, Monster of the Week, and chasing Azazel. Yes, I used to really be into Supernatural, but like the Monster of the Week stuff was the best because you kind of got to like guess at what the big bad guy was this week. That was
and you get to learn about new monsters too.
Yes,
like
yes,
at least I did. Like, and all these, you know, despite how much I dislike the Third World, you know, they have their own different mythologies and, you know, religions and interesting different things. And it was fun to learn and, you know, their threats and everything. And honestly, the show should have ended at season 5, like it originally was planning on doing. And I will rant about this forever because I was in Super Hulak. So we can move on to the next Super Chat.
Deadpool Kid, what if we made Superman a communist? Oh, wait. That's Red Sun, and Red Sun is actually pretty goddamn good. Shadowfox, Bosh, you need to put Meow in the jar on your head. I need to do no such thing.
Yeah, but you have a jar head now.
Jarhead.
I'll make sure it doesn't leak.
Jarhead was a good movie. Jarhead was an excellent movie.
Never watched it.
Well, it's sad that it, never got any
I
sequels
have
or anything.
lost. Shit.
That's unfortunate. That's a good movie. Enigma, your Lord of the Rings is Game of Thrones. I guess sort of. It kind of is. Like, I feel like the problem with Game of Thrones is that it had the potential for legend status. It did. But the problem is you have to have an ending. Things need to wrap up. Then the ending needs to be satisfactory and it needs to come to a conclusion that people can unify around. Game of Thrones, it wasn't just the last season that it fucked up. It fucked up the world and its progressions of characters and the existence of the threats in the world. Game of Thrones' threat should have been the White Walkers. They were supposed to be the threat. They were supposed to be the thing that unified the kingdoms, that allowed virtue to finally emerge from underneath the sludge that had drowned so much of the Seven Kingdoms. They were supposed to be the external force. Instead, the White Walkers were forgotten about for practically the entire fucking show, until they desultorily re-emerged at the end of the show, only to be defeated by a girl with a kitchen knife. And the final evil of the show was Daenerys, which... Like, I understand the idea, and I even appreciate it to a degree. God flips a coin whenever a Targaryen is born, etc. And obviously, she has a lot of ideas of the breaking of the wheel, the end of history, all of this. You can make a worthwhile villain out of this, but this needed to happen before the White Walkers. This needed to be the conclusion of a story preceding the final threat. Because if you end on this, you end on a tale of the fallibility of man. You end on the idea of the wheel will never break. It is an internal circle of tyrant that follows tyrant that follows tyrant. And the only hope is that there will be a brief respite between the tyrants as you are ruled by the cripple. And that fucking ending to, who has done more than Bran the Crippled? Who has done less than fucking Bran? Genuinely, who has achieved fewer things than the cripple? And that is why we will never get Winds of Winter, because George R.R. Martin, the cake that walks, understands as well that he hasn't got an end to his story. He doesn't have a conclusion. He simply has a, and then they all continued being idiots for another 7,000 years. Oh, actually, that's a
I can't
good
comment
point,
on this because I've never seen Game of Thrones.
I have lost. Shit.
Shame.
I wasn't allowed to watch it because this came out when I was a kid, and my parents were pretty strict on what I couldn't watch or what I could and couldn't watch. And yeah, I wasn't allowed to watch this because it was too gory and too many sexual themes. Even though other people in my class were watching it, Walking Dead, same thing. Like those kind of era of TV shows. If it was popular, I wasn't allowed to really watch it.
And chat makes an excellent point, actually, up there. George R. R. Martin thought he could subvert Tolkien, but didn't understand you still need actual heroes. Correct. Like, because he did do a great deal of good subversion. The death of Ned Stark was great subversion. It was memorable. Everybody felt that. That was a fantastic moment in fiction. But you need to rise. You can't just keep pummeling people down eternally. The reason why it was so good was because it was unexpected. It was crazy. It was evil. It was a triumph of evil over good. But you gotta have good triumph eventually. If it's just evil, 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 and then you're sitting there with 3 episodes left to go and you have no resolution, You're fucked. At that point, it would have been better if the series would have ended with the Seven Kingdoms overcome by the White Walkers and a final tragic defeat, a final fight till the end. At least then there would have been a point, like, and then the refugees of the Seven Kingdoms fled across the seas to vow to never commit the errors that had doomed their ancestors or something. You know, a promise of a retaking of the land, anything, but no. And this is actually why I am also quite excited for the upcoming spin-off, A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms, because I read the comic for this one, and the comic is really good. It's really good, and it is a story within Game of Thrones that can have an easy arc, because you don't have the fate of the world resting upon the Hedged Knight's actions. You can actually have a story that can fucking wrap up and end satisfactorily.
You ignorant slut.
You think they can handle it correctly, though? Because almost all new shows that come out these days are just pure slop.
Yep. We'll see.
I wouldn't get your hopes up, personally.
Deadpool
Always
Kid.
go with low expectations.
But Jeet, we was the real Aryans. Do not redeem.
Oh my god.
The malcontent. Mal, tell Arch about your sister finding your Morning Glory book.
Are you ready to
Harry
wrap this
told
yellow
him.
mare's fluttery
It's
buttery
unfortunate. I mean, I thought it was my dad, and I'd much rather have my sister find it instead, because my sister doesn't care. In fact, she actually almost bought the milking farm herself. Then she realized it was a smut book, but she was actually interested in it, because she likes these, like, dark fantasy books, and they usually have the really cringy romance. Honestly, I personally find them cringy in general, but you know what? Whatever. My sister's my sister. And she almost bought the milking farm thinking it was one of those dark fantasy things, and then she read more of it, and she realized it was a smut book, and she felt really, so I told her about the different details of it. She's like, yeah, I'm really glad I didn't actually buy that book. And I'm like, yeah, it's a shame that I had to buy it in the first place.
It's a shame you had to buy it in the first place, says Mal, holding the sequel.
You made me buy it. Okay, for the record, chat, this was funded last week. I was busy at a funeral, and I get a message from Lum saying that it's funded again, and I was like, what the actual fuck? And so then I've been told in this past week that I have to get the book, and so we have to read it, because we're going to do the same shit all over again, and so I got the book.
The seam of his balls. Mal is very much so looking forward to it.
I'm not!
Martinez, can you guess where the Rome migrated from originally? The Romani? Which Romani? Are we talking these people or the Romans? Because that's a different answer. Yeah, well, kid, logic is white concept, my black queen. You're not helping yourself. That's true. Temple Kid asks, remember that Zimbabwe, former Rhodesia, has a surplus of goblins in their crime statistics? The witch. This can't be real. I refuse. No. Prog logic is stupid, but this is unreal. Don't group all darks together. I dislike these people more than you do. That's true. That's correct. There's a lot of brown people who will look at this person and go, you are retarded. And those are the good people that I like and embrace. Mr. Bobby, you know I can't help but think of problems in the East could be solved with colonialism. Why did we stop? Because we were shamed into stopping. That's why. So she's right for not making sense, and incoherency is the superior way. Correct. Marksman, fill the jar. Crimson Sky Fund. I often think about how long it must have taken to fill that jar.
My jar, you mean? I'm just sitting here pretty. Oh, with that. I'm just vibing. It's a nice, safe little space for me to hang out. I unfortunately have no control what happens, what goes into the jar, since I'm stuck here. But it's comfortable in the meantime. when it's just me.
And then Mal made it weird again.
Fuck you.
Slickson, Hyundia, Toxic Garbage Heap, Hyundians, same. Mr. Personality, Willowbark is aspirin. Ricardo's on duty. A reminder that literally 50% of our behaviors and opinions are based on genetics. She might be genetically incapable of believing otherwise. Darkwood. Darkwood. Oh, yes, we were doing a Darkwood thing, weren't we? There. It's actually almost half funded. Right. Oh, we're on to something else that the people in the global south are doing. Buying Ubisoft.
The French are part of the global south?
Yes.
I guess, yeah, in the modern day age. Yeah, they are.
Listen, chat. I would rather have the Saudis own our stuff than the Chinese. The Chinese are not our friends. The Chinese are our strategic enemies. Meanwhile, the Saudis, despite having on occasion funded some minor terrorist activities against us, etc., they're mostly just greedy. They're mostly just money-grabbing little shits, and I'm happy for them to be money-grabbing little shits. That pleases me tremendously. It means I can predict what they're going to do. And that's probably going to be just making things that we will like to purchase. The Saudis are not into like Islam or anything like that. They don't give a fuck. They're all about getting another gold-plated toilet into their houses. That's it. They're the worst Muslims in the world are the Saudi Arabian royalty. But Tencent, I don't like Tencent. And now, of course, there's a massive amount of money going into Vantage Studios, which is their new little pilfered spin-off studio, where basically Ubisoft is moving all of their actually worthwhile IPs to hand them up to the Chinky Winkies on a silver platter. Upsetting.
I don't see this going over well. I think I'd rather have the Saudis have it as well. Because, like, it wasn't didn't people find the Saudi prince's Steam page? Like, was it actually real? As it almost didn't feel real how much of a weeb he was with that. I'd rather have the Saudis have it versus Tencent and their money grubbing hands that ruin everything with microtransactions and his bullshit.
There is indeed a Saudi prince page. Yes. Now, to be fair, Saudi prince, there's about like 5,000 of them because there's a lot of them. I don't think it's the prince; it's just one of the princes.
Oh, well, I mean, it's a good sign. Maybe more of them are like that. Hopefully, because that means they would actually care.
Yes. Yes, it is. Like, I'm genuinely optimistic for the Saudis. Maybe they fuck it up. Maybe they ruin everything. It's entirely possible. But I'm far more happy for the Saudis to own this shit than the Chinese. They seem like the significantly lesser of the two evils we have ahead of us here.
Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to agree with that. As much as I hate the sandbox, I'd rather have the Saudis than the Chinese. I don't like the Chinese either.
Yeah.
And they're definitely worse in this department.
I mean, I'd prefer to just teleport it back to the 90s and just keep it there, but don't have the ability to do so.
Well, I guess it depends on which Chinese company. Tencent, I definitely don't like. But Hoyo has done a good job with their games that they've created. Well, what were they called? The people who created Wuthering Waves. They definitely had a rough start with Wuthering Waves being released and everything like that, but they seem relatively okay. Then obviously, when we move out of gacha game territory, there was like the Black Myth Wukong game that I heard that was really good. Never played it myself though, so I can't verify. And just there's been a couple other games that have come out of the Chinese game market that have done well because they are basically just taking over at this point. So, well, I definitely don't like the Chinese. If it was one of those, then maybe. But it's Tencent. Ugh.
And it is
Anything really
Tencent.
Tencent goes to shit.
The only bright part out of all of this is that 1,500 French people are going to lose their jobs, which is nice. I like that, but still. That also means that we're going to get Assassin's Creed China now, which is just going to be a lot of deep throating.
But if it's good, then it's good, and it's going to be Assassin's Creed.
At least it's going to have... Well, see, that's the problem. The Chinese will probably make good stuff. They're probably actually going to make decent things out of this. But they're going to use it immediately as basically a strategic tool against the rest of us. That's why I don't want them to have it, because they'll abuse this power. Significantly so, and I'd rather they didn't. But the Saudis are relatively unlikely. At least less likely.
I'm sure they'll definitely use it to their advantage if they had access to it. I mean,
Let's see.
to have cultural influence over the West is actually a pretty powerful tool. I mean, look at Japan. Not like they really did it on purpose, but if they can replicate that success with Western video games by actually using the products that came out of the West originally and make them good again, that's actually quite a lot of power to have, and I'm sure the Saudis would actually appreciate that if they had the chance. Well, I guess they had the chance with EA, but you know what I mean.
There was a funny little thing. So, China owns a fair few like old properties now. One of which is Tom and Jerry. Now,
Wait, they own that now?
you're too small to know what a Tom and a Jerry is, but for the rest of us...
Okay, I know what Tom and Jerry is, even though I've only seen clips of it.
So I want to show you here. This is a trailer from a Tom and Jerry movie. Their goal, they want a way in. Because their own mythology is kind of shit. Their own mythology is kind of boring. And so they're going to take our mythology, which is basically our superheroes and nonsense these days, and use that as a vehicle for their culture. They're going to make themselves look cool by creating their own entertainment. And we are going to sell them the means with which to do so.
Do you believe in that theory that the Chinese are help fund DEI specifically to make this happen? So these companies go bankrupt so they can sell the IPs and make them their own?
Yes. There's evidence that they have supported that in the past, so they probably did, and they got away with it. So, well played, China, I guess.
Yeah. I think they're part of the problem. I think it's a bigger scheme than just that. But it is quite sad to see it's just fall hook and sinker for this and just get all washed away. All because they decided to put fat, black, ugly woman, and trannies and other bullshit into games for the past 10 to 15 years instead of actually making decent things, for identity politics. Like, you didn't have to do this. You didn't have to make it happen. I know they had the investor money floating in and keeping them alive for a long time, but what do you think would happen when the investor money would run out? And there's nothing left because you've alienated your base so much. It's made shit.
And the saddest part is that Ubisoft finally also had a good idea. So, Ubisoft is experimenting with AI NPCs. Now, this is going to be very complicated. This is going to be very, very hard to get right, etc. All of this is going to be very difficult. But if they manage to get this to work, it's going to be a game changer. A complete, enormous, massive game changer. the ability to play a game, like, 'cause there's so many games out there where you're like, oh, it's really fun with friends. Well, if somebody managed to figure out how to put friends in your video games for you, yay. Not to mention the possibility of gameplay mechanics. Anybody remembers Republic Commando? Imagine if you could use voice commands and you had intelligent AIs on your side. Like, no, not only how fucking cool that would be, but the immersive aspect of that as well. Now, they're also working on things like AI GMing, which is... We've had that for a while. We've had that Left 4 Dead and basic systems like that. It doesn't really quite mean what you'd think it means. But the entire idea of AI companions is something that I think is absolutely incredibly awesome and has so much potential for storytelling and immersion that the first company that actually cracks that code is probably going to have a massive franchise on their hand. But are the French capable of doing it? I don't know.
I mean, they made Expedition 33, and that was, I mean, I haven't finished the game, but it was pretty decent overall. Though I believe they actually were ex-Ubisoft members, so that's not exactly a good look. But I mean, it's technically possible it could be the Frenchies. Not very likely at all. Um,
And we're
Are you
about to
ready to
sell
wreck
this
this young
technology
man's
to
buttery,
Tencent.
buttery
And the
girl?
worst part is, too, Tencent has the money to make this work. And Tencent probably also has the talent to make this work. And if they don't, they can simply buy it. Which means that the modern West is going to be even further behind the fucking Chinese on this. It's upsetting.
Yeah, I mean, Trump did have that deal earlier, with it. Was it open source? Or was it a different company? It was some AI company that he did a deal with to try to get ahead with the whole AI race. Because instead of going to the, we already went to the moon. And so the next race is basically AI and try to make that happen. So, while I don't think they're obviously using AI for games in this case, maybe there's going to be some hope for AI models for other things instead, for either basic life um improvements or just cars, different things like that. Though of course the culture is in a way what matters, because that's what people use in their free time and get influenced by it. But and not all hope is lost for the West if this actually pays off. OpenAI was it? Not open source. Did I say okay? OpenAI. My apologies, chat.
Yeah, yep. Well, the thing is, too, what Trump really needs to be doing, and what everybody needs to be doing, is dumping money into infrastructure now. We're kind of putting the cart before the horse with AI, because we're working on developing AI first, which is cute, and we should, but we're going to need to massively increase production of, like, graphic cards, of RAM chips, of power production. We're going to need to size up our power network, like electricity. We're going to need to work on data centers. There's a lot of logistics that we've kind of just swept by the wayside up until now. And that's one of the reasons why things like graphic cards have risen dramatically in price, and why is it Nvidia or Atari or something? It's massively overpriced right now, because people are using them. And the worst part is, this comes as a kind of a double whammy after the wave of Bitcoin, where people were buying up graphic cards in literal truckloads to mine Bitcoin. And now this comes on top of it.
Fire is the answer.
We need to start using the magic rocks to boil water. We really need to start using the magic rocks to boil water.
I agree. Supposedly, somebody says in chat that Trump did actually do a huge nuclear investment. So, hopefully that means nuclear power and not weapons. I'm assuming it means power. If that's true, then that's a good. That's good at least.
Buttery
I believe he does support nuclear, which is the right way to go instead of the solar panel bullshit and the windmills. God, I saw Elon went on the whole like it was a while ago at this point, but Elon went on the whole like solar panels are the future, blah 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 shtick, and I'm just like, dude, please stop. Wow. Yeah, they might be good for like houses and stuff like that, but do we really want to create huge land masses filled with solar panels that don't recycle, don't deteriorate, cause harm to the environment and themselves and everything like that? I think not. How about we just make the magic rocks?
Oh, there we go. Okay, so $80 billion, which is not enough, honestly. And the problem too is it's going to take like the issue is we need that energy. Like we need more than $80 billion. We're going to need to build a lot of nuclear power plants to feed fucking AI. And with the shit we want AI to be able to do, because the biggest problem with this Ubisoft deal is that if you're going to need to be able to either run this locally, which would be preferable, or, and here's the really scary part, imagine if they do make this. Imagine that they manage to make a Ubisoft game, like imagine Beyond Good and Evil 2, right? A game that everybody wants, and they announce they've got functional AI companions, and they show you movies of it. It's really good, really amazing. Like all of the characters are there, and you know they actually pretty up the characters instead of what they've been currently doing. It looks fantastic, and then they tell you, okay, you want to play this game? You're gonna have to sign up to an account. You're going to need to always be online, and you're going to be hooked up to Tencent's servers who are going to be generating the AI behavior. All of your data belongs to China now.
I mean, it belongs to somebody. And China's definitely winning in that regard. I know I'm a lost cause because I play Genshin. But it's happening more and more often, and it's not ideal. Either sign your soul to the American government, the Chinese government, or Israeli government. Regardless whether it is, there's no privacy. There's no no facet of your life that's not being overseen by someone's government at this point.
Yep. It's not great. So I don't really want AI companions to end up in the hands of China.
Shit.
I don't really want China to be gaining a massive upper hand in entertainment like that, but it might just be reality, unfortunately. And we can blame the fucking French for it. I hate the French. Ironwolf for $50. Thank you very much, sir. Nuclear power is the future for everything. Fission first, fusion later. Like the fact that people are still scared of another Chernobyl happening. It's so fucking stupid because nobody else are fucking communists and are cutting corners on nuclear programs. Yes. Like, we've been running nuclear programs in the West for years. Like, accidents are absurdly rare. And even the second example of an accident, which was, God, what was the nuclear plant in Japan? Fukushima, that was the one. Even that, which was like the worst shit happened on every level, it still didn't end up with like a major accident. It still was basically a blip on the radar. This is not a problem. We know how to do this shit. It's genuinely not anywhere near as dangerous the propaganda wants it to be. And we need the energy. God damn. We need more energy than ever on every level. And if we're going to start doing AI, which is ridiculously power hungry, oh god, yes. Embrace the magic rocks. Embrace the fucking magic rocks.
And people crying over waste. I mean, we could actually just, if we actually funded the research and how to get rid of the waste better and recycle it, then that would solve the problem. But if you stop the funding from that happening because you're too scared of boom boom, then you're not ever going to be able to solve that problem.
And the thing is, we already have ways to deal with nuclear waste. Like, it's not like, back in the day, we used to just seal it in cement and dump it in the ocean, because if you seal it with enough cement, you don't get radiation, and eventually it'll grow inert, right? And that worked, but it's a bit derpy, obviously. We have systems now for reducing nuclear waste to harmless chemicals. It takes a while. Like, the French have been pioneering this, and it takes ages, but we can do it. It's not a problem. And as we keep doing it, we're only going to get better at it. We are eventually going to end up in a situation where we can probably fully recycle or neutralize our nuclear waste within a handful of years, possibly. And in the meantime, we are getting enormous quantities of power. And hey, the old ways of getting rid of nuclear waste still fucking works. We can literally just dig a ginormous hole in the ground and seal it up. There's nothing wrong with that method. It works. It's not a problem. And fuck, comparative to the amount of wind turbine blades we need to throw away because those fucking things degrade so quickly, this is nothing. Nothing at all.
But Arch, have you considered the fact that if we actually have a solution for the problems, then the globalist environment's agenda just goes out the window? And so therefore, the whole, the Earth is going to die in 5 years, Greta Thunberg and Just Stop Oil won't be able to function anymore. They can't push the whole 2030 agenda to make everything, clean and energy efficient, quote unquote. It basically loses their purpose. And we can't have that happening.
And as an extension of the just dig a hole argument, so I was looking for this. This is a wonderful little schematic that explains to you the power differential here. 100 grams of uranium, equivalent energy to a ton of oil. We could power our nations on the kind of shit we could bury in our fucking backyards. Nuclear is one of those things where it's the obvious solution. It is the obvious solution with so few drawbacks that we had to invent problems just so that we wouldn't embrace it. It literally is the definition of I don't want solutions, I want to be angry. So stupid.
Yep. How else are they going to grift?
Critical Orc Theory. Magic is anti-green. Yes. Marine Elva, next time you do Foxhole, you should do it on a Sunday stream with the entire ArchCast. Maybe crew a U-boat or a battleship, or at least a tank. I wouldn't mind that. Could be interesting. Jerry, if you look up this video, Jigen's best introduction uploaded by Ido Ferdico. Jigen's best introduction? Meow? Huh? Father Jack Enlightened, figures are nice, visually aesthetic pleasing things, Arch. Been collecting for about 5 years now, and my collection tops about 70 lovely ladies. Yeah, I kind of wanted to get into figurines. Boog, there's no laws against amalgamites, Batman. But there should be. There could be. We might make them.
What's my Batman? I'm scared.
Also, we might get a Gundam movie. I think Boog sent this one. This sounds kind of cool. But I don't know about Sydney Sweeney. Okay, listen. I am as big a fan of the big boobed blonde lady as anyone else. However, for some reason that I have yet to fully define, her appearance in any sort of cinematic work appears to inevitably spell absolute doom and disaster. I don't know why. I genuinely don't know why. You would think pretty ladies sell tickets, but no. Every movie she's been in so far has been an unmitigated fucking failure.
Is it maybe the content of the movie?
Probably, yes.
Are you ready to
But
rut this
I
yellow
like to
mare's
blame
fluttery,
her.
buttery butt?
I
Because
mean, I like blaming women as much as everyone does, but I mean, the titties say otherwise.
what was it? She was in a boxing movie recently, which that's a bad casting. It's like, would you like to see Sydney Sweeney get her ass kicked by some Latino? Not necessarily. Is that supposed to be appealing to me? Poor movie pick. And Madam Web. Oh God, Madam Web. I maintain, and I will forever maintain, that Madam Web, if it had been shot for the only audience that gave a shit about it, the male audience, it would probably have been a cult fucking hit. It would probably have been an enormous fucking classic. If they'd simply played on the idea of 4 hot women in superhero costumes, it would have been an enormous fucking success. But instead, they were like half in, half out the entire movie. Like, they place their cast in outfits like these. They put Sydney Sweeney in a fucking unironic schoolgirl outfit, and they decide, oh yes, this is a very feminist movie. Oh yes, it's a female empowerment thing. I don't understand. I don't understand what this movie was supposed to be.
Female empowerment? Let's go? Maybe it's like the feminist version of female, well, not, I guess technically it's both versions of feminists. Maybe it's like the sexual feminist version of female empowerment, where it's okay to be a slut. You know, it's okay to dress nice and pretty, because that's what you want to do, girl. You know, you're empowering yourself by having your tits out and everything like that. That kind of feminist empowering movie.
So the Gundam movie is going to be shit. Just understand that, chat. It's not going to be good. It's going to be bad.
I'm going to assume it's going to be bad just because it's a modern movie.
Also, I want this guy to be Char. I want this guy to be Char. I want this guy to be Char. It would be the worst thing ever, and I would enjoy it. Ah, yes. Look. Basically a 1-to-1. Perfect. Yes. Yes. Don't deny it, chat. You see it too. He would be great. I want the Gundam franchise. Okay, listen. The Gundam fans, you've been getting too uppity lately. You're like, oh, we could make good entertainment. I want you to experience what all the rest of us have experienced. And it's going to hurt. I can't lie. It's going to really, really suck. But you need this lesson so that you can shut up about it. It's very important. To me, personally. Oh, Mr. Personality. Barb to the heart and mouths to blame. That's true. Enigma, why is the Chimera in the tomb jar? She went in there herself. No force required.
I was put in there, and I'm comfortable. It's as you can tell, it's empty. Okay, there's no cum. Okay, it's not years old or anything. That's just me in a jar. There's no wrong there. No wrong. You guys are what's making it weird and cringy. I'm just comfortable in my little jar.
Shadow Fox, we just haven't tried hard enough to groom you. Meow, he says.
Meow.
Follow me, or don't worry, Amal. We'll soon have you and Lum play a co-op Hearth-to-Fire Equestria at War campaign. That's right, I do. As soon as Lum gets on her new shift, I need to organize that campaign with Lum to teach her that. Then we can do a 3-player Equestria at War campaign. It'd be brilliant. I want to be some backward little state that I can just stare at them judgmentally.
Oh God, I'm. Why do you hate me?
Deserved.
What did I do to you?
Parrot King Thassar, how many Space Marines would be required to take on Earth in the cyberpunk setting? A chapter could probably do it, if given, like, infinite time, basically. It would take a while, but they could do it. Bombarding name is V in the jar. We. It's the yellow jar. Lucian the Witch, what is Amal's MLP persona? Didn't I have that? Didn't I have that up on screen for a while?
You did for like 2 seconds, thank God.
Yes, no, her MLP persona is a Kirin.
I didn't decide this.
As you can
Once
see.
again, I didn't commission it. Didn't make it. Forced against my will. It's like everything else. It's exhausting.
M1 Grand Music. A lot of Chinese mythology was destroyed and forgotten from the 1990s. From 2 cultural restarts, what remains lives on through Taoism and some Buddhist stories, excluding the really big myths, obviously. Yes, they did ruin a lot of their own mythology. James Kuhn, Arch, we have the Nemesis system. If only we could get it from DW's patented hands. I know, it's fucking ridiculous. It's a great idea, but it's tied literally to that single game because they patented it. It should not be legal to patent fucking gameplay mechanisms. Ugh. Hexy, annex Canada and use them to cool data centers. Yes, we can cool them with the blood of Canadians. I like the way you're thinking. Joey Fangas, friends and I are just waiting for AI DMs for D&D. I don't know if they'll be good. Lucian the Witch, power, weapons, why not both? Why not both? Boog, Japan is going to open a nuclear reactor that uses harmful nuclear material and turns mercury into gold as a byproduct. That sounds fun. Also sounds like it's going to crash the cost of gold, but I don't know. M1 Grand Music, follow up, a lot of mythology lives on in Taiwan, even though they caused the first cultural reset. They hold a large library on the subject. Tigerfish Nuclear already has Generation 3 for rod recycling reuse. There is some modular reactors in the works to make them cheaper and faster to build and expand upon. Generation 3 lowers half-life from 5 to 6 digits down to only 4 digits. Yeah, I think we can do this. We can do this. We have the technology. And if we haven't got it yet, we'll just fucking make it. And speaking of technology, so Call of Duty Black Ops 7. Sales down 63% on Battlefield 6. 50% on Black Ops 6. Yet still, the biggest selling game in Europe this week. What are we doing, chat? What the fuck is happening? How can Call of Duty do everything wrong and still outsell anything? Like, granted, this wasn't exactly a, mainline huge title drop week, but God, why can't this company burn faster, harder, more violently?
I mean, depending on the actual numbers of it, they probably are burning if it's that much down. It's just that nothing else got released this week that either people already haven't bought or no other big names like that. So there's still, like I said, probably burning. They'll need to figure out the actual figures and stuff. Like the other big game that I've heard of recently is Dispatch, which I know you've played and talked about it quite a lot. That came out a month ago at this point or something like that, and was all the rage like last week. I haven't heard anything about any new games this week. Hell, I didn't even hear about Call of Duty either. With it, so it's still not good. It's just that nothing else has come out.
Upsetting. I just wanted to die harder. Ooh, speaking of death. Always a cheerful topic. Boogie's holding a garage sale where he's selling all of his stuff.
He's holding a garage sale for that?
Yeah. His arcade machines, his play button, the game award.
Why doesn't he just put it on eBay? He could probably get much a better money off of it than a garage sale. I could post it on Twitter and probably get some decent money off of it.
Well, because he's gonna live stream it.
Well, I guess there's some profit there. But still, garage sale, okay.
That's so weird.
Like a garage sale's what you do on a local level, like, cause you're not big and famous like Boogie. You just you put your stuff on the lawn. Some people drive by. Okay, you got the little knick-knack there. Knick-knack there. Okay, here's $5, even though the thing's actually worth 20. Take it and leave, if that. A garage sale for arcade games and everything else that he has got there. That's a level of desperation that I haven't seen before.
Boy.
Yeah, watch him get robbed. Yeah.
Okay, so I know he's doing that thing with Keemcock. That was his name. That guy. So I guess he's kind of relevant, but I just looked up his YouTube channel, and boy, that is not good. That is not good. Yeah, I'm seeing why he's doing a garage sale. Well, I hope Keemcock pays him well, so he can afford a smaller house, I guess.
Yeah. So to say, I mean, I'm looking at those stats. I'm like, oh, that sounds pretty nice. But when you used to be a YouTube legend, have a nice house and all these other expensive things, and it's quite the hard fall. That is quite the hard fall.
Right. Mal.
Yeah.
Comparatively, like, this was a week where I was really fucking lazy, right? These are
Okay.
my stats compared to
Swedish?
Boogie's.
Oh, the views is significantly higher. Earnings are roughly the same. But that's a pretty big gap, to be fair.
Yeah, this too is
Jeez.
pure guesswork, by the way. It's about twice that.
Well,
But yeah, 90,000 views on
Yeah.
3.89 million.
Well, what are I can't do the math. Like 1 in like 300th his size or some shit like that. That's insane.
Yes, and he's
What
getting
the
half
fuck?
the views. That's not good. That is not
Holy.
good.
Oh my god. Okay.
And again, this was a lazy fucking week for me.
Better get on it then, because you're crushing. I mean, you're already crushing Boogie regardless. But, geez, a lazy week.
And Boogie's one of those people who had everything. He literally had everything, and then somehow managed to throw it all away. Tragic.
Well, most celebrities or internet celebrities eventually lose their favor. Their skeletons come out, or they do something stupid, or whatever the case is, and they just die. Either a quick death or a slow death. With him, it was kind of a mix of both.
Service guarantees
You're actually
citizenship.
unique in the sense that you're not dead yet. So hopefully I'm not jinxing you, 'cause that would be bad. But it's kind of a miracle that you've lasted this
I have
long without
lost.
any like
Shit.
major controversies that actually matter and like impact you to this level.
And now I can go on because I can reimagine myself. My current focus is going to be primarily on bullying VTubers. It's a good business model.
I can't argue otherwise in this case because I see the super chats rolling in. Why did I volunteer for this? Did I
Chats,
volunteer for this? I can't remember anymore.
would you take the belt from Amal?
Oh, Lum's here.
Hello.
Would you take the belt from Lum Lum?
What belt? Huh?
Oh God, Lum Lum is tiny and perfectly overlaps. Lum Lum's in the coom jar with Mal.
Oh,
No!
Lum Lum. Keep her there.
No.
She's stuck with me
No.
now.
Chat.
I kidnapped you.
No.
Oh, sexy.
A 2-for-1 deal, chat. This is your opportunity.
No.
Grab the jar and run.
Out of there.
It's non-stop Nut November. Go at it, chat.
No. And also look how cute. Look how cute my new PNG is. It is adorable, and I love her so
And it
much.
fits perfectly in the jar. I agree.
Shut up.
That is an excellent PNG.
Wait,
I
hold
agree.
on a second. Hold on. You put yourself in that jar. It's moving with you. Now.
I didn't put myself in that jar. Somebody else did.
You're the one choosing to use it as a PNG.
Well, it's better than my George Floyd meme that I had up at first in the beginning of stream, so.
Mel, I need to start giving you artists to make you a proper reactive.
I guess that would be nice, but I like the little memes. Like, I can't stream in the jar. I have a Yippee as well I could use. I got shit, but that's definitely not safe for YouTube, though I would like to use that. I have options. I have options.
You know, you should get your pony self-made like this. Because
No.
Service guarantees citizenship.
It'd be super
No.
cute.
I'm not falling for Arch's trap.
Perceive how adorable Pony Lum is.
I mean, it is, but that's because it's you versus with him. If he does that to me, then I know it's over.
It's over.
It's
your
over.
Chance, chat.
I have
I need
lost.
to have like little tip jar thing that fills up a model's jar with tip, because this is basically 2 girls, 1 cup.
Mhm.
Ew. No.
You can feel.
I'm down for it.
Get Pony Lum out of the jar now.
It's too
And
late. You're stuck
perceive-
with me now.
And perceive how cute she is, and also the little sea bunny that also bounces when.
Next ArchCast you can. For now, you're with me. We're stuck in here forever. BFFs for life, and we're going to take
Heresy's the
plenty of
question.
coom showers.
Fire is the answer.
You know, I don't
Yeah.
know if this is worse than the Homestuck bucket or not.
I probably say it's worse. Because imagine
I
the
don't know.
fish smell as well. Ugh, mixed with the
I mean, don't
cum.
forget.
Ugh.
Did you forget how bad the spit bucket was?
Okay, that was pretty nasty too. I would still say old cum and fish mixed together is not exactly pleasant. That's definitely not a meal that I would like. That's not white sauce. And then
Are you
I'm in
speaking
the
from
middle of it.
experience?
You're in the jar with me right now. Yes, I'm speaking from experience.
You know the hesitation of what you were gonna think. You were thinking about what you're gonna say. That hesitation tells me that you have some IRL experience. Arch, what did you do to this poor woman?
Absolutely nothing. She was broken when I found her.
Okay.
I disagree. I mean, I was a little bit broken, but he's only made me
A little?
worse.
I don't know, Mal.
Disgusting. Did you have fun in your trip today, Lum Lum?
I did. I spent some nice time with the kiddo. Then we watched some anime. It was fun. There's this new show that is really interesting. It's about a royal woman that just likes to beat the shit out of other people with her fists. She has gloves with studded knuckles and everything. It's fantastic. I think you'd like it, Arch.
I've seen that one. I might, but oh god, I am very cautious around isekais these days.
No, Arch. This isn't an isekai.
Isn't it?
No, it's not.
Isn't like one of those reborn into another body things?
No, she's just a princess that just likes beating the shit out of other people.
Maybe. The entire isekai genre is one of those things that has just been fucking done to death. God.
Oh,
I might need to try and get back into anime, because I tried, like, this last year felt really ass to me. I found a bunch, and I tried watching it, and I didn't really like any of it.
Apothecary Diaries Season 2 came out this year.
Yeah, it's okay, but it's like, me.
Next year's supposed to be good, though. We got Mushoku Tensei Season 3, ReZero Season 4, and then the free run trailer came out.
ReZero, the slowest fucking show in history.
Yeah, it's okay. I don't like Subaru because he's a massive crybaby. Everybody else kind of carries the show for him. But Mushoku Tensei's the superior one.
Here you
listen.
Go. Here's the cover for the anime. It's just called "May I Ask for One Final Thing."
Fucking ReZero is competitive to peeling my dick with a cheese grater. It's the longest, most painful fucking endeavor. Like, nothing happens. There's episode after episode of nothing. And then they reset all of it. And then they do nothing for another 2 or 5 episodes. And then everything resolves in the last, 2. And I was saying, I could have skipped all of this. If I had watched literally the 2 last episodes this entire season, I would have lost nothing. And I would have gained so much.
He needs to watch Rants. Rants is a game series with some OVAs. I do agree that there should be some updated OVAs for Rants Quest, but it's 6 games, and let's see how many episodes of the OVA were there in the 90s. I think 4, and then another 4 in mid 2000s, I believe. But no, if you haven't played Rants Quest, play Rants Quest.
I need to do that. I've heard good things about it, like rape. So it's on the list, the very long laundry list.
I mean, don't forget, Rance is the best feminist out there, and he doesn't discriminate. He'll fuck anything he finds hot.
That's a good way to go about things. That's usually how I roll.
Rance is an H game, by the way. You act like I don't know this.
It might have slipped Lum by.
The only thing that makes me nervous is as an E-Rogue. I don't usually play horny games. Not actually my thing. But then again, when I see a screenshot like, as the winner, I can rape you all no problem, but I like it when it's consensual. You know. Or, the Viner girl fell. Look at her underwear. Or rape her. Yeah,
yes!
Okay, it piques my interest.
It's funny that every single isekai character in anime it's just Rance, just in a different skin suit. Has the exact same coloring for hair, skin, outfit. It's all Rance.
It's all Rance. It's always been all Rance. That's weird. Irewolf, yeah, that's a prime example of the left being like women. You can solve their problems on a silver platter, and they're still not happy. That's true.
I have lost. Shit.
That's correct. Boog, fill up the jar fund. We're gonna need to animate it slowly filling.
I'm down for that.
Lum would drown first because she's really close to the bottom.
Yeah, I'm stepping on her right now. She's a good rug. A little squishy, though.
Father Jack the Enlightened, there isn't Choom in there. Not after the Minotaur. Archtower. Maestro Mark, My Little Pony's unironically to the right of Nick Quintus. It's pro-monarchy, pro-segregation, and anti-communism. I agree, yes, it's a fantastic fucking story. Irewolf, Arch, you must hit the battle law, please. You know, I might, because I've been thinking about a subject for today. And I will. What Turkified? Remember, Arch, if you ever wonder why a boogie does what a boogie does, the answer is always to humiliate himself. That's a little weird. Also, Lum, record your voice lines.
I will.
I'm glad I'm not the only one that's actually forgot about them.
I was sleepy after work, and then I went right to bed. I was like, I'm tired.
I'm tired. Mercenary City 1, Dogsuit, Judy Pie, Jontron, and AB Gen are the only people who not only survived YouTube, but won the YouTube Game Arch. They did. PewDiePie, Aggravated Go Neon, and Jontron. Dogsuit. Project Enlightened, the 2-for-0 Choom Jar. Arch is enabling chat. And Mercenary City 1, yes, I would take it, Arch. Alright. Hands the jar over to Mercenary City 1.
Wait, no! I'm scared. I don't want strangers passing me around like that.
Tanushi, a fish needs liquid to swim in. Fill the damn jar already if there's any room left from the pennies. Third book fund. Yes, we've already started funding the third book in the Milking Farm series.
I already yelled at him. He does not repent.
How much is already on it?
Oh, it's been a lazy day today.
Oh, good. Keep being lazy. Keep funding Dawn of War 3.
You tell them that, and then they're actually gonna fund it now.
They have time.
You said it first.
Another Texan poll. Tactical werewolf yar. Yar. That's Norwegian. Don't worry about it. Jar. Throw it at your lupine pursuers and they will cease chasing you. Why? Nobody knows, but Amal returns happy. That's right. Amal. Where has she spent her entire life? Just what has she done? What has she built? What has she created? He just sits there, edging the dogs.
No. I will admit, I haven't done much with my life. It's been pretty pathetic. But I have not done that, I can guarantee you.
She's the whitest woman I know.
Hey, that's okay, I'll take that compliment. Not in that meaning, but I'll take the compliment.
Shanna Fox, that is a good anime. And manga, the main character is just so much fun with how violent she is with the nobles. It's great. It's called May I Ask for One Final Thing? I might check it out. Tanushi, thanks, Lum. Rants makes me laugh in how it use of auf standen aus Ruinen. Will live far long in the memory of the DDR. Crimson Skies Fund. I don't even know what that is. This is Twisted Frenzy. Lum, when will you be playing Dispatch?
I'm not gonna play Dispatch. I already watched Moose Man play it. I like watching him play it. It's not the type of game that I would play myself.
I'm interested in playing it, but I don't think I'll play. I want to play it. Okay, I kind of want to play it on stream, and I kind of want to play it privately. I'm leaning towards more private because I feel like the train's left the station when it comes to stream. Plus, I already have some Mario games on the backlog too. So,
And
but
also
I do
the
want to
fact
play
that
it.
everyone already knows what happens on it too.
Yeah, like I said, the train is basically completely left the station at this point. Oh, with
Yeah.
that, which I mean, it's fine because at the end of the day, I on my channel, I either play games that I want to play or I play the games that have been funded. So it's not like that big of a deal, but at the same time, it also feels like it's a bandwagon. And when you jump on the tail end of a bandwagon, then it just makes you look cringe, and it's just like, ugh. So I
mean,
might
there's
just
a
play it
difference.
privately.
There's a difference between jumping on the bandwagon when the game is like episodic and then there's major spoilers that'll be all over the place because people don't know how to keep their goddamn mouth shut. So it's like there's a difference between that and like, oh my god, newest popular game, we're gonna play it, and the viewer base is gonna be on every other popular streamer. No one's gonna watch me. Atihi.
I feel like in this, with the case of Dispatch, it's basically both of those. So,
Well,
but
it's like if you jumped onto Dispatch when
I have lost
episodes 1 and 2 came out, that's when the viewership, or not the viewership, but the player base was like the lowest.
Mhm.
So that would have gotten your hook in. And then when the first major spike of viewership and player base went up, then you would have had that established viewer, not fans, but,
Right.
like,
And I
people who are
missed that because
interested.
my channel's half politics, or mostly
Yeah.
politics. So I have my other games. So it's like, there's kind of no point for me doing it now. Well, I shouldn't,
Yeah.
no point, but it's just like, yeah. So I'll probably just play it privately whenever I get around to that too.
Yeah.
Jensen Sontag. But Lumlum, what about the best isekai protagonist, Tanya Degrechov? He's good.
I can't wait for season 2 to come out. It's gonna be great.
Going for gold, Arch, you should watch Lord of Mysteries, supernatural gothic steampunk horror with solid world building. Mayhaps. Marinalva, more for ArchCast Foxholes, new platoon. And Cole Summers, Croom Cake Coin Jar Fund.
What?
Lumlum no longer bakes the Coom cookies. She's discontinued them because most man got onto the trick. She makes gummy bears now.
Service guarantees citizenship.
They're like gummy bears, but have way more suspect ingredients.
God damn it.
Nolly for 500 warp tokens. Yes, we can probably deal with toxic waste, but have you considered if this problem is solved, we won't have a problem with to leverage for personal gain? Correct. That is the problem.
Trick or treat. Can I sell your
You
feet?
too, chat, may have tasted the gummy bear in your past. You know, those weird, pale bears that you don't quite know what they taste like? Yeah. I'm sorry to say, chat. Sorry to say it. Also, on the topic of gummy bears have one of the best intros to any show ever. Nolly, send 1,000 warp tokens. Yes, do it. Keep Lum in the jar. Leave her to suffer worse than Chu Mal. Jesus. Also, this and last for Reventions Fund. I'll put that in Reventions. Siegfried von Felsmotten. Of course we have a way of getting rid of nuclear waste. It's called depleted uranium rounds, and it also solves the China problem.
Heresy's the question.
Pakelda, Arch, you should stream Mirror's Edge. You would be terrible at it, and it would be hilarious. Darkwoods and Mirror's Edge Fund. I would probably not be. I'd be great at it. I'm good at most games I play. Oh god, where did the thing go?
What thing?
I've discovered it again. Tonushi! To explain the song to the Norwegian, the main theme of the whole Rand series is what was the national anthem of the German Democratic Republic. I don't know. How should I know? I tried playing one of the Rand's games once, but it was too much plot. I didn't like it.
Too much plot, not enough titties.
Mm-hmm. See, I quite like the occasional hentai game, okay? I feel they give you more of a substantive sense of emotion with the universe. But I usually do it in the games that do absolutely horrible things to the protagonist characters, so that I can sit there like, suffer.
Are you gonna
Basically,
play
to
V's
me,
game then?
nah, it's got the whole like succubus fucking you to death thing, and I'm like, that's weird.
You don't like it when the woman's on top?
No, I don't mind. Although, in real life, kind of honestly, women shouldn't be in charge of anything. They're shit at it. No objections? Good.
I was going to say agree, but then with the context of it, I was like, should I say agree? I mean, yes, but at the same time, yeah, yes, agreed.
It's so. Are you gonna be streaming V's game then on Kick?
The worst part, like V has created like the worst game imaginable for me. It's a puzzle game. With like death guru mechanics, but fuck to death. I'm like, oh, it's like, oh.
Yeah, he's waiting for the scare horror thing.
I know,
he sent me
which
some stuff
confuses
and
me.
It's not. It's he sent me some stuff and it's not really scary, but it's definitely horny. That's for sure. So I'll give him credit for that. But then again, it's not really appealing to me because I'm not into dominant woman. I prefer the one being dominated. So yeah.
You prefer the one
but
being
it's like-
dominated, but you don't like dominant women, huh?
I don't. Yeah, I'm the professional sub here. I will fully admit that I am not dominant in this case. So I wouldn't be a succubus in this instance. So like I'm looking at this and I'm just like, I'd rather the man be on top and forcing himself on her. That would be much hotter for me. So I'm watching this and I'm just like, okay, you know, I can appreciate the art style, the voice acting, stuff like that. I'm just sitting there, drier than the desert.
The game
You know
looks
what, fair.
incredible quality. Excellent
Oh, yeah.
animations, fantastic voice acting, lots of transitions. Looks great. It's just not my fetish. That's the problem. It's a fantastic work, and for people who are into that, I think it's probably going to be the best game in its genre.
I have lost.
Just not my genre.
Shit.
No, 100% agree.
know
He
what,
said
fair.
like it looks amazing. The voice acting's amazing. Like the gameplay looks fun and everything about it. Though, you know, with the whole puzzle part of things, with it also being hentai. But yeah, it looks great. But yes, not my cup
I
of
can't
tea.
wait to play V's game. It's funny. He sent me a couple of videos and stuff last night, and I'm like, huh, V messaged me while I'm at work. And then I instantaneously had to close the message. I'm like, God damn it, V.
Yeah, he did that to me actually earlier today. And I was like, my dad was around, and I was like, oh fuck.
At least you didn't press play on the video with your volume up, right?
I did because he spoiled tactics.
Oh my god.
I should have known better.
Yes, you should have. If you get a video file from V, you don't press play around other people.
I'm learning that, okay? I'm learning.
You should have learned
Granted,
that from the first progress video he sent you.
I was I wasn't paying attention. I was by myself. I didn't really think about it. Okay, I didn't have my volume up either. I had it left over from something else that I watched. I don't normally have my volume up. Thankfully, the first dialogue was not anything super sexual. But I was like, okay, hasta la vista.
Oh man, but I am excited to play V's game because just seeing all the progress that he's made on it so far, oh, it's great. I am excited to support that man.
Oh, I'm definitely gonna buy it. So he gets the money. Playing it, I don't know.
I mean, sometimes it's fun to play those types of games with like close friends, and it's like, okay, what should I pick for this?
Hold on. Okay, it's a hentai game. I'm one that doesn't actually, despite everyone else sending me porn, as everyone sends me porn, I'm not one who believes in.
You have never watched Bible Black English dub with friends to laugh at it?
No, because watching
my
porn with other people is weird. That is
But
something
it's
that you
Bible
do.
Black in English. That's hardly porn at that point.
But still, it's like, no, that's something that you do at 2 a.m. when you're about to go to bed and you're feeling horny and you do your private time and your private business. You don't watch porn with other people. That's just weird.
Kind of.
And you don't send porn to other people. That's also weird.
You're
With V, I understand because V's the gooner of all the gooners, and it's literally his game. That's fine. That's fine. Why do you send porn to other people?
Okay, so when my server makes AI art of your character and my character kissing, I gotta send it to you. Got it.
Oh, that's kissing. That's not actual straight up porn where they're fucking each other. Though I mean, if
Okay.
you, then I'll probably be at it and I'll still look at it and be like, okay, that's actually kind of hot. I'll admit, it's kind of weird, but okay. Like that's different.
Okay,
There
Mal,
you go,
listen.
chat. If you fund it, we could convince Mal and Lum to start kissing.
Okay, Mal, listen.
Now give me money.
Do I have your permission to get art of Lumi and your character just making out?
Sure, I don't care.
Fuck yeah. All right,
Yeah.
I will send you artist details at a later date.
I kissed a girl and I liked it.
If you ever bring up Katy Perry in my presence again, you will forevermore.
California girls were undeniable. Crazy rich and bikinis on top.
No,
I
it's
don't know.
Daisy Dukes and
Dais-
bikinis on top.
Okay, I'm sorry.
With you?
I haven't listened to it in 20 years. I don't actually listen to I don't actually listen to Katy Perry. I don't. I mean, I just know their radio songs when I was a kid. Let's see, like what Fireworks? There's that one. How does that one
Oh,
go?
the gay song?
There's lots of gay songs.
No, Fireworks is the gay song.
It is the gay song. I don't know, man.
Yes. Have you seen the music video for Fireworks?
No.
Okay, I'll send it to you later.
Oh my god.
I have lost. Shit.
This is not Katy Perry stream.
Do you ever feel like
I
a
plastic bag? Yes. I actually like that. That was like the one song I actually did like by Katy Perry when I was a kid. And I didn't really like her. I mean, I don't like female musicians in general, so it doesn't help. But between like the popular female musicians of that time period, I think Lady Gaga was the one I preferred the most. So
Arch, are you okay?
Imperium girls were unforgettable. Faith and fire. Sarah my on top. Holy fame so high. We melt your heresy. Whoa.
I think Arch wants to do that to both of us at this point.
He probably wants to.
Arch. Arch.
I don't forgive you.
He's catatonic. From the cringe. It's too much. I'm laughing. I'm still not fully healed. Oh my god.
Heresy's the question. Fire is the answer.
The fact that chat has now made a kissing fund.
Okay. Well, since Arch's not saying anything, well, let's see. Let me look up some Katy Perry lyrics so we can turn this into a Katy Perry live stream now. The kissing fund.
Trick or treat.
Shock
Can I
colors.
smell
It is
your
the only
feet?
way, chat. Correct.
Pay me enough and I'll do it. Oh yeah, there's last Friday night.
Jesus Christ.
Or
No,
roar.
I've never been much of a Katy Perry person. I honestly preferred like early Britney Spears. My favorite song from her is still Circus.
I never gotten the Britney Spears or really paid attention to her.
I have lost.
Before they start getting into Britney Spears chat, Master Mark, we truly get all the different flavors of white in these streams. Latin white, Norway white, and Amorite white. Dog white.
Amiramut.
Black. Hail us Christ, our Lord and Savior. Hi, Lumi. Hi, Mal. Why are you two in a jar? They are waiting for the jar to fill.
No.
Non-stop nut. Let's get going, chat.
God, the worst part is now, you got Lum's little burping noises, and
You ignorant.
it just reminds me of one of the most disgusting pornos I was sent ever.
Oh my
One
god.
so terrible, it made me feel physically ill. And it had to do with choom burping. New fear unlocked. Lum, never evict air. Ever again.
She likes her pop too
You can't
much.
stop me. You can't fucking stop me, Arch.
Ironwolf, can I put all my chats to the milking farm? Of course you can. Of course you can put all of your chats to the milking farm.
What is the limit for the third book now? What's the goal?
A bit over $50.
No, I meant what number are you putting it? Like, is it 1,000, 1,500? Like,
I tried putting it at 1,000, but then Lum Lum yelled at me.
What?
for the third book at least. You gotta have a number. So what's the number that they're aiming for?
2,000, same as the previous one.
Oh, two? Okay.
That's the Lum Lum
Yeah, I'm
approved
down-
number.
Okay, I'm down for that too. I prefer 3,000, but we can compromise.
Compromise. Nami, mama. Remember, for 4 months, Mal should play Elena's story, at least when it's finished.
Never heard of it.
Is that the... No. No, it's not. No, it's not. Oh. Very well.
What? Hold on. Now I'm scared. What is this? Alina's story?
There, I'll send it to Mal.
Oh, gee.
Sujad, suffer like the protagonist from Naito Revengeance, Underrail, Phoenix Point, Revengeance, and Worm.
Oh. Okay. I'm not gonna say anything.
Boog, you don't need money for that. I'll do it for free. Boog, we'll do it. Apologize, they like to the NSW Mal and Lum Lum art. Mike Merchant, time to exercise that pimp hand art. I can't reach them over the internet. Too far away. Jonathan Massey, do you plan to do the rest of the second founding, third for the Founding of Legions, which didn't have success in the second chapters, considering you've all done all the... Six? What was that? 9? 7. Legions guesses. Maybe? I mean, I have no plan for what I do. I just do things now. Whatever I do, I do. Whatever I don't do, I don't. Caps Lock, here's half for one shock collar, Arch. Well, we need to affix this one to Mal. That'll be more difficult.
Yeah, because Lum Lum already has hers, but do I have to get one?
Mal, do we need to custom make a leather strap for you too?
Oh, depends on the context.
For your thigh, so then the shot collar can go on it, because it's not safe for a shot collar to go on your neck.
Well, isn't there like a human grade one at this point?
No.
Oh.
Any shocks applied anywhere close to your head is dangerous.
Understandable,
anyone-
but what if I already have brain damage?
Unfortunately, it cannot reverse the damage, and it might just outright kill you.
But electroshock therapy is so unique.
Just because when you get shocked and the feeling of your tongue feels funny doesn't mean it's healthy.
But I like it though.
Then look an old TV. Does the same thing.
I need to find an old TV then. Brangle Burr.
Are you ready to rut this yellow mare's fluttery buttery butt?
Moxman, fill the jar. Just 2 voices out of a white jar.
Fish sauce.
Caps Lock, here are some more for the custom shock collar. Also, she could probably wear it like a garter. And suddenly, we're raising money for a shock collar. Mercenaries, anyone? Also, I'm going to court this Monday. You could use a shock collar. What did you do? You need a shock collar. Lady punched me in the face with my side scroller's hat. Got to testify before the before the dog.
Wait,
Oh, judge.
what?
Weird. Isn't
Unless
this the
you're-
second time somebody punched you for a hat you were wearing?
This is good. Remember to sue people. Suing people is fun.
I don't know if he's suing. I mean, usually, regardless of the woman attacks, first, usually the men have to be play defendant in court and everything. So it's I'm a little bit worried about him. But over a side scroller hat? Why?
Sometimes you just Jesus Christ.
What?
Nothing. I was just checking my Twitter messages, and the bots have been extra active recently.
You got some more whores in there?
I
Are you
really
ready
need to
wreck
fucking
this
close
yellow
my
mare's
DMs again.
fluttery,
Good
buttery
God.
butt?
Oh. See, I don't mind this one. Eh? Good. See, this one's nice. You know? This one's nice. This is just a guy
True
who's like,
loser.
BLM, you're a massive loser. Okay, cool. See, that's nice. He's reaching out, he's working through his issues. But the rest of this, the bots are getting a little bit too thirsty to begin with. They were trying to be like, hello, I'm a sweet and innocent random person. Now they're just like, yeah, I'm a porn site. Could you click on this link? Oh.
Already craving content.
Content.
Ooh, woo.
They're starting to use the word content. I don't.
Wait, hold on. This Sophia chick. What's up, content?
I know. I'm assuming like there's a bot out there where content is supposed to be in like parameters, and the content is like scan for name of account, right?
I have lost.
But they fucked up the web MMing or whatever, the background codings. Now it just says content. This is what we're using AI for, chat. We're not using AI for anything good. We're using AI for this.
You're having so many beautiful women in your DMs. You should be happy. This is every man's dream. Clearly. You're a very lucky duck.
Duck?
Yeah.
The fuck do
Very
ducks
lucky
have
duck.
to do with this?
Have you never heard that phrase before?
Mal.
Yeah.
Belt.
Yes, sir.
You're like 2 steps away of just saying something else. No,
Me?
stop! Stop!
No! 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 No!
Trogan for $100. Hi Art and Lums and Malhairs. First of many hundreds for a third book. And to remember to turn off the VPN. Thank you very much, sir. Very generous. You know, his steady and steadfast support. I have decided to double his contribution.
No!
He deserves it. He's a good boy.
Fuck. The third book's gonna be funded before we even get through the second one.
At least that means that we could actually do them in order instead of skipping to the third book.
Wait, is
Also-
Breeding Clinic the third book?
Trick or treat.
Trogan.
The werewolf one is the third book.
I mean,
Send
that was in
me
chronological order.
a DM.
We don't know if they're in chronological order because we haven't read the second book yet. What if it's like
Well,
a semi-direct
on
tie
Twitter.
to the first one?
Well, no, because when I read the Milking Farm, the OG, the background, she was advertising her other books in that copy of it, and it specifically says in there that they're not related to it, but they're based within Cambridge Creek, and so sometimes they do reference, like remember that scene when she's in the grocery store and that woman and the Mothman were shopping together?
Yeah.
That's the hint for the Mothman book. Like, that's
Okay.
what they mean by, like, references. They're not actually connected together.
Okay. Well, I know that you're excited for the werewolf, so.
She already owns it.
Stop!
Just no!
Service
Ow!
guarantees citizenship.
Fuck. God damn it. Ow.
And Shadow Fox as well. Time for some torture of the girls, and now the werewolf series from Meow. Trogan and Shadow Fox, feel free to send me DMs on Twitter, and I'll have custom rat bricks made for you, because you've basically funded one book already, so you deserve a little reward. You can have a rat brick holding a milking jar, or anything you want.
I'm gonna kill myself, and not in Minecraft. Do it Troon style. Jump off a bridge.
We can share a rope. Just tie
Kinky.
No. Listen, you just throw it over a beam, tie a noose on each side of it, and then we just support each other's weight. Then we kill ourselves with each other.
Still sounds kinky, but I'm down for it.
Hell yeah! You know what? That gives me an art idea.
Oh god.
But Lum, you set off car alarms. Is Mal going to be
Arch,
heavy
shut
enough
up.
to?
Arch. Shut up.
I have lost.
Maybe there'll be a plot twist.
No! No!
Fuck this shit.
Are
I'm
you
out.
ready to
Oh,
rub
God
this
damn it.
yellow mare's fluttery
Can I
buttery butt?
quit? Am I allowed to quit?
No, you're here
Arch-
forever.
Arch doesn't tuck
Oh.
you onto VC. It's your choice
Heresy's
to
the
press
question.
join.
Fire is the answer.
I joined today because we're talking about Hazbin Hotel, and that's also a guilty pleasure of mine, and so I want to
The
talk
bees
about
are the
it.
only good thing about season 2.
Pretty close, yeah. Pretty close.
It's hard to say because I feel like there's not much actually good. Like everything's kind of mediocre across the
It's like,
board.
honestly, I haven't
hey.
seen an entire episode of season 2. I've just been seeing the music, and they have the best music out of season. Like,
Okay, Fox does have some good songs. Like Brighter. Brighter's actually pretty good. Fuck you! 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 Wait, my tax money? My tax money's going for this? Oh my god! Destroy the government. I'm gonna
Want to
fed
know
code.
what you can do with that money instead? You can give it to us, not Arch.
Yeah, we're not gonna get a dime from this. We're just sitting here crying with our shot colors, apparently.
We could say tee hee ha ha, thank you.
Yeah, and I can be
Heresy's
like,
the question. Fire is the answer.
Oh, and also for reference for the shot collar, if you do want to get her the strap as well, it is $198 with shipping. Arch.
Well, first, I'm going to have to, we need this funding now because there's going to be a serious expense in the future. So I've found a rope capable of supporting both of your weights. And it doesn't look cheap. This is going to be a custom order job.
Okay, this is getting pretty kinky. But this is a little bit much even for me.
Oh my god.
I'm just glad they make them in this kind of tolerances.
Oh, kill yourself.
Shadow Fox. Girls, you all can blame the military for allowing me to use your tax money for this. Oh, even better.
Yeah, it's my tax dollars.
Okay, but Mal, I don't think this is as bad as the Norwegian taxpayers paying for Dustborn.
That's true. That was...
Okay,
Actually,
that
I
is
hope
pretty
there's
bad.
a Dustborn 2. We need a Dustborn sequel.
Do we?
Yes. We need a
Do you want your
Dustborn
taxes
2.
going to a second game?
Yes, I want my economy to crash. That's what I want.
Do you at least want to move first and transfer all your money into USD before the economy crashes?
Do you want to become an economic migrant here to America? I don't want that low life here.
Preferably, but I want Norway to just crash. We need to learn the hard lesson that we shouldn't spend our money on this.
I don't think they're gonna learn at this rate.
I still hate that game.
Not
I
a
played
very
that
good
game in
game.
2 streams. And I hated every moment of it.
Ooh.
I have dodged it, and I don't plan on to.
I
have
do like,
lost.
however,
Shit.
how if I just scroll a little bit down on Googling Dustborn, my thumbnail shows up.
I have lost.
To be fair, it was a good thumbnail. Yeah, there you go. Dustborn. That was a very good thumbnail.
Heresy's the question. Fire is the answer.
What's a video game? Yeah, back to chokings. Back to chokings. Okay, I was almost done, and then we started funding. And yes, we are now have a very good start on funding Milking Farm Book 3, it would be. Mercenaries, anyone? Also, I'm going to court this Monday. Lady Puncher. Oh, good. Punched lady back. Simulation, inquire about the ETA for the Fire Emblem stream at some point in between now and the heat death of the universe. Mercenaries 1, thought it was a mega hat. Got witnesses. Dogsuit. And Dogsuit, she pleaded guilty and begged for probation. Now, sue. Trogan, let's get one more in there. I didn't read that one. Caps Lock, head pats for Lumi. Loom. I like the way Rima says it. And the other person I forgot because I wasn't paying attention. Oh, Mal. You're the original inhabitant of the tomb jar, and you've been tossed aside for Lum Lum.
You could just take me out of the jar. Then I could just sit in the middle like I usually do.
We need to make them larger. That way you can see Lum Lum's new model. Look at that.
No, you're stuck in the jar with me forever and ever.
You don't want to.
Well, too bad. You're perfect company. You're perfect size. You're a nice little pillow/rug thing. I can't use all the coom myself, so it's nice to share with a friend.
You know, I've already heard some bullshit from women in the past where they're like, "Oh, but it could be used for a really good moisturizer." It's like, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
Oh, we can be like those women who use their like period blood as like skin moisturizers and put them on their face and stuff like that.
Well, wasn't there like a I don't believe she was a queen, but she was a noble that was rumored to have like had young women killed, and she would just bathe in their blood to keep herself young. I forgot what her name was.
I do not know. Never heard of that before.
Oh, really? Hold on.
Yeah.
But have you ever considered bathing in milk?
Elizabeth Bathory. She was a Hungarian noblewoman and serial killer.
Oh. Okay then.
Kind of hot, can't
heard-
lie.
Arch, you need assistance. More than just life alert.
It's kind of nice. It's got a bit of romance in there, you know? I see it.
Fuck.
I see it.
God.
Wait, hold on. Didn't what actor did a similar photo shoot to this that people are going absolutely insane over? Fuck, I forgot who it was.
Trevor
Oh,
Adams.
it was that one dude. It was that one dude from Stranger Things, the dude who played the sheriff.
Strange. I'm all for tormenting Mal and Lum Lum, but we should spread the misery equal by funding Dawn of War 3. Ew.
Yes.
You don't want that. Like, firstly, it's like an 8-hour campaign. Secondly, I'll be sad. You won't like that.
Okay, you could be sad every once in a while between chosen properties that you really enjoy being destroyed in front of you. Sure, it's a constant at this point, but still.
Be careful, or I won't poke any air holes in your new jar.
At least it would drain at that point.
Wow, this is your fault for being in the tip jar. Half book fund, half Crimson Skies fund.
I have lost.
Mercenary, I defend Vivzy Pop on Twitter, and she blocked me for it. She's an evil bitch. This is nothing but scorn. Very well. But what a name. Are those cables for Archer's nipples? So, I was talking about Mal, about nipple clamps the other day.
God damn it.
And we came to the conclusion that it wasn't a good thing. It wasn't a good thing.
No, it was not a good thing at all. Nipple clamps seem painful. I don't want to try them because that sounds painful.
There you go.
Yeah. Shadowfox said put both of his $100 towards Dawn of War 3.
All the non-$100.
But all of my non. You
non-$100.
gaslighting little fish. Fuck you.
Stop correcting me. I'm trying to make him suffer. Mal.
Yeah, but that's a lot of money, and I kind of feel bad at that point.
Don't feel bad for this man.
But
I will beat you with a bat. Stop feeling bad for him. We can make him suffer at least a little bit. At this point, it's like a drop in the bucket compared to what he does to us.
Okay, fair point.
You don't understand, Lum. Mal cannot betray because Mal is practically the definition of Stockholm Syndrome at this point.
I just got a trainer myself at this point.
Mal finds herself stuck between two abusive individuals.
I have a tendency to do that, actually. I apparently have a type.
And you say, I need help.
I'm aware I need help. But at least with what I need help with won't kill me. You, on the other hand, is a whole nother level.
Joe Fangus. Patrick Stump voicing Abel in Season 2 was a surprise. Don't mention his name. Mal will freak out again.
But, oh, okay, fine, I won't this time. I'm sorry.
Marksman 170B. Arch, make it a Christmas present for chat. Double the values for Milking Farm. Merry Christmas, kills. Enjoy the books. Also Crimson Skies. I'll double the value for Milking Farm and I'll double the size of the fund. How's about that? That way, it'll be exactly 0. Sandu, speaking of tax tolls, hear about how Minnesota tax tolls are being sent to Al-Ashab terror groups. I did briefly see that, but not enough to, confirm or dig into it. But oh, shit.
Oh, shit?
Indeed.
What happened?
So, what's 30% of 500?
$150.
$150. Thank you, Mal.
You're welcome.
Right, so that's $650 to the Milking Fund.
Huh? How did we get that much money? I know.
Delta Cross for 500 on Streamlabs. Hey, Arch, a cursed question. How much for a horrible idea?
I hate Delta Cross. I hate Delta Cross. I hate Delta Cross. I hate Delta Cross. I'm gonna kill that man when I see him on my stream tonight. I'm actually gonna murder him. What did he say again? I still gonna murder him regardless.
Well, he asked how much for a horrible idea. Well, horrible ideas are free. All horrible
I
ideas are
know-
free.
I
And
know
thank
what
you.
I know what the horrible idea is. No, no, no.
Like, for $500, I mean, you want my artist? I'll draw anything you want for that.
Don't say that. Not to Delta Cross.
There are many, many offers to be had. Thank you very much. That is incredibly generous, sir. 676 Arch, I want my country to experience an economic collapse. Norway must collapse. Yes. Very clever, monsieur. Masquerade as Norwegian and demand economic cyanide. Meanwhile, you are drinking Yule must in our home country, Sweden. I don't know. Sweden is worse. Like, listen, Sweden is so much worse. Sweden is so much worse. And yes, let's hear this idea. I'm assuming it has to do with milking farm. Because why else would you donate that much money?
I think I know what it is, and Lum, you're not gonna be happy about this either. It's not really the milking farm. If I think I know what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to say it just in case. Oh my god, he put a message in the Discord server that he's gonna follow through with it. Yeah, I'm 99% sure it's what it is. Oh my god, I'm gonna kill this man.
And so the sadness became real. Well, not only was Elizabeth real, but she did do the dog suit plus 5 blood things. She was a demon practitioner. She just gets better and better for every moment that goes by. I like this. I like this idea. I like this woman. This woman sounds hot, attractive, interesting. Mercenary someone talks soon. Also skipped a couple of my supers. Did I?
Tisk.
Let's see if YouTube ate them, which it does occasionally do. Do they? Dog shoot. As was real. Fancy pops. Dog suit. Feeling good for promotion. My hat. Yeah. Yeah, I think YouTube ate them because I can't see anything that I haven't responded to. I think that's the way of YouTube. Oh, Delta Cross again. Look up Steam for the game Delirium. Doesn't the protagonist look familiar? It would be such a horrible thing to have to voice act it. Oh, I know about this now. Oh, okay. Delirium. 2D shooter with elements of horror and My Little Pony. I see.
Stop sounding intrigued.
And you want Lum and Mal to voice act this?
All 3 of us to voice act this. So you're included in this cringe too. Yes.
Why do I have to?
That's what he said. He told me this yesterday that he has the money to make Arch, to make Arch take you and Lumia to play through and voice act this game. So you're included in this as well.
Very well. Is there any idea on how long the game is? Let's see. Delirium. Oh, I see. Oh, just a couple hours? Okay. Yeah, you already donated like $800. Yeah, that's more than enough for like a 2-hour game. Oh, and it's overwhelmingly positive. Yay.
Oh, fuck.
And those devs also made other pony games too.
Don't tell him that.
Other pony games, you say?
See, his interest is peaked right now. He's gonna check them out. Might throw us into
many
this.
other pony games.
Oh my god.
Well, they've got an upcoming game. They haven't. I don't see any others than they have a coming soon pony game.
Okay, now they just have music and then the upcoming one. The upcoming one looks
soon.
interesting.
Ponies to you.
Oh, it's a prequel.
All right. Well, there you go. Ponies. Ponies chat. Ponies. Who doesn't love a bit of pony power, huh? Who doesn't love a bit of pony power? Mal, least of all. Mal's always wanted to get into the pony universe, and this is her chance. Her opportunity. Blend us in ArchCast. You skipped my membership chat. Did I? God damn it. I blame YouTube. That is lagging.
Well, I was looking for his membership chat. I found something else that was not like, so I'm not sure if you read it, so I just DM'd it to you.
I'm looking for it now with the Control F keys, but YouTube is lagging and it's not making it. Hellish Christ, Lord to save you. Hi, Lum Lum. Why are you two in a jar? Thought I did do that one, didn't I? I remember that one.
Yeah,
I remember
did.
this
I'm
one.
not sure.
I remember this one. Very well, Lum Lum, Mal. We're gonna play ponies.
Tell me when.
Oh, and Alex Adamson. While I'm late in catching up, I'll just say Gravity got me so hyped for a Heaven versus Hell war like the Battle of London, Helsing. Oh, that was so good. Disappointing. I agree. It was terribly disappointing.
Actually, to disappoint you more, supposedly that season 3 we focused more on the Morningstar's family, which makes sense with the Lilith and Call. But also it's going to focus more on Angel Dust, which kind of makes sense based off the fact that he left the hotel at the end, but also his family in general. Vox's arc is not finished, and that season 3 will continue it. Obviously the Alistair focus and Rosie as well, and supposedly Lute will be a villain in season 3, so we're gonna see how that happens with her. So it looks like once again,
Alistair's gonna be more of a villain. That's gonna be
Yeah.
interesting.
We're gonna get another
So-
Holdor season.
It's like they're once again. Hopefully they have more than 8 episodes, but they're trying. It sounds like they're trying to put too much into the season once again. If they're going to be focusing on all these characters and continuing this stories like this, but it won't be released until October. It'll take about a year and a half. So.
Caps lock. Arch, sorry, but I have to do this. Whoever says "nya" the loudest gets the whole $10.
Arch is already getting the whole $10.
Yeah, we're not gonna get anything from that. Sorry.
Are you
I'm a
okay,
cheap
Mel?
whore, but not that cheap.
You okay? You gotta get a drink or a lozenge or some honey.
I'm gonna mute real quick.
He's
Look what
dying.
you did, Arch. You're killing
It's
her.
a tragedy. But sometimes people just have to die to get better. That's how it is. And lastly, Kellergy. Besides seeing through Archer's plan to destroy Norway, I now see Amal's grand scheme. Personally catch, pneumonia. And just be a degenerate in general. Get herself stuffed in a bisexually suggestive quarantine with a footfish. She has graduated from werewolves.
Werewolves.
Werewolves. Werewolf. Curse. Oh, holy shit, there's actually a stuff. Apparently, there was a cartoon that had an episode called Curse of the Werewolf. So, there you go. That is actually a thing. In fiction. How blessed are we? Now, before anything else insane happens and we commit to any further pony games or anything, I'll wrap it up there. Thank you all very much for coming today, for watching. Hem. As I apparently
Everyone's
named
getting
her.
sick. Jeez.
You got a kick. I was already sick earlier this week. I've been dealing with the residual stuff of it.
Oh, Rabberjack sent 500 warp tokens. Say, Lumi, look up the gum nut babies. Snugglepot and
what?
Cuddle Pie.
The fucking hoa.
Let's see. The Gumnut Babies. Snuggle Pot and Cuddle Pie. Series of books written by an Australian author, May Gibbs. The books chronicles the adventure of the eponymous Snuggle Pot and Cuddle Pie. The central story arc concerns Snuggle Pot and Cuddle Pie and their adventures along with troubles with the villains of the story, the Banksia Men. That sounds weirdly perverse. And I feel like this guy went to Epstein's Island. Yeah, I don't like this. It weirdly kind of reminds me of bondage fairies, which is another thing I'd rather forget. No. Nothing good comes out of that. But yes, thank you all very much for watching. Thank you for your extremely generous donations, as always. Thank you, Mal, for being here all today. And thank you, Lum, for popping by after you've been on your trip to the city, the great city, where you licked many feet.
Yo.
Thank you for allowing me to be on here after I kind of forced myself on.
Sometimes you just gotta do that, and eventually Arch will relent and not question it. That's how I managed to get over here after the first appearance.
Well, normally
he made the mistake of saying, "Oh yeah, you could just pop by whenever," and now I just live here.
Oh, the thing is, I'm sleeping / getting up when the stream happens and getting ready for my own stream, so I usually can't do that. But I was like, Hazbin Hotel, I'm coming on for that. So priorities.
A topic forced upon me.
You're the one that started the topic, and you purposely invited V specifically for this.
I don't remember that. Good night, everyone.
I'm gonna kill you. Good night, chat.
Guys.